2 minutes. We just bored the shit out of Ryan with the greatest Patreon reaction ever.
Hey, I had fun.
I think.
Oh. Whoops.
What?
My stream was repeating back at me.
Oh.
Like, what's that called? Ear jamming?
Ear jamming. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We have everyone here today.
I hear
including a little baby.
That's my little niece.
Yeah, I always forget. You always look like you're in the same spot, but you're in New York right now.
I'm in my studio, Wave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but it's a portable studio. Yeah.
My niece is in the studio today. She's just in the other room.
Yeah, she's dropping some bars.
I'm dropping bars all day.
She wants to be a guest on the podcast.
Ryan was so disturbed by her reaction that he left. He had to leave for this 2 minutes to compose himself. That's how intense it was.
Mirror.
I'm gonna run two real quick. We got 60 seconds. I got this. Be right back. Ah!
There is a 0% chance
that he'll be back on time.
0.
I was just gonna ask, what are the odds? You've read my mind.
I felt it coming, man. I felt it coming. I guess we'll just have to keep the people entertained until then.
What was that? Oh, Ryan's back. That'll help. How are you? You waking up, Ryan?
Oh, Ryan is in.
Oh, Alan made it back.
Ryan is in grumpy man status right now.
Dude, I'm so happy and just glad to be around right now. I don't know what your problem is.
Hey, look at that.
He was
What's up?
cooking some hot
good
dogs.
Afternoon, everybody.
That voice was convincing.
Welcome to the Gaijin Guys podcast,
What do we do here?
where we discuss Japanese hard rock and heavy metal and apparently K-pop rock and cool bass lines for songs that otherwise wouldn't be that listenable. All sorts of things. Sometimes we talk about other music in general that we just like because I want to talk about it.
Because music is cool.
Because music is cool.
Music is cool.
Music is cool. Speaking of Rich, Ryan, you had a pretty cool thing happen this week. Wait, am I jumping ahead?
Yeah, you're jumping way ahead. But guys, welcome. We're going to be talking about a lot of things today.
It's a teaser.
We're talking about possibly getting a Babymetal spin-off in the metalverse, and Maximum Hormone's finally releasing something. Maybe.
Is it?
Allegedly.
Is it fish
Allegedly.
in the pond?
Is the spin-off with Lil Uzi Vert?
Oh my God.
hope so.
And somebody won the Ryan. Was it Gacharic Spin? Gacharic? Did I say it right? Did I say it right? Gacharic Spin reaction competition. And
Gacharic?
Oh my God, Wave.
I said it right this time. I was going to trigger you, Ryan, but I decided not to. I chose not to have a word.
I wasn't taking the bait, my friend.
Oh.
Good job, Alan.
I said it the right way.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Good job, buddy.
All right, guys, we're going to get all into that, but first we're going to start off with our weeks today. And by the way, today we are sponsored by ourselves. If you guys want to support the channel further, help us get further with what we're trying to do, produce more content for you all, check out our Patreon and our memberships and merch. We have merch.
It helps us do this thing, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thanks.
And our website.
Yeah, the website will lead you to all that. But anyways, without further ado, Champ, how was your week?
My week was excellent, my friend. It consisted of lots of nothing. And
I feel like you say this every week. This is like a trend.
This has been a consistent happening for the last couple months. I'm not gonna lie. Not to go too deep into it, but just I've been doing this shit for 4 years. The YouTube thing, and every time I take a break, I kind of leave one foot in the pool. And I'm because to take a full break means that like I am not producing anything, right? And then there's always the fear that you disappear. But I realized that finally after 4 years, the 1 foot in the pool, 1 foot out wasn't helping me recharge anymore. So I just kind of shut my brain off and shut everything off and people. And I kind of just hung out with my family most of the week. So finally, I kind of feel like my batteries are back where they're supposed to be, so I could get going again. But
Where did they go?
I mean, they were eaten by socializing.
Oh,
The public, they just consistently ate them. But I did spend. What was cool was my son, he's been with this girl since he was in 8th grade, and he's about to go into sophomore year now, right? And she plays guitar. He's had zero interest in anything like that. But now that he's 15, he's like starting to actually find interest in it. So I spent a few days this week teaching him how to play guitar, which was awesome. Like, yeah, I love that this is finally happening. Like I've been waiting, hoping that this moment would come so that I could just like sit down with him for an hour and just be like, yeah, so this is what a power chord is, and like it was really cool to do that. The only unfortunate part was, I wanted to teach him something really easy in the beginning. And so I went with Nirvana, which, but it's so simple to play Nirvana songs that it was perfect to teach him how to play it.
We're gonna fight.
Unfortunately, I feel like I've sold myself out for the sake of my son. But if there was ever a good reason, that would be it.
I don't know about this Nirvana talk.
That's hilarious because Nirvana's like anti-sellout.
yeah.
Like he hated that his song went so popular.
Yeah, so anti-sellout that they're one of the most famous bands of all time, and they did all kinds of commercials and promotions and went on MTV and all that stuff. Yeah.
They did commercials.
Blame management
after he died or before, because they didn't really do a lot of that before.
Yeah,
you ever see them on MTV Unplugged? I mean, they did that
on Unplugged.
They do shit. They did shit.
Where he had a fucking distortion pedal on an acoustic show. He's punk, dude.
That's so punk.
Played a bunch of covers when everybody wanted to see their songs. Yeah, total fucking sellouts.
Yeah, I think that was.
We can argue about this some other time.
No, we could argue about it right now, my friend.
This is a perfect surprise topic.
Kurt Cobain didn't kill himself either.
Album that they didn't like, so they freaking made it raw as hell for their second one. Hell yeah, dude, total sellouts.
Yeah, that's that can't be
sold
used as a promotional tool for all the people that wanted that to happen, could it be? No.
I was only 5 years old, so I can't put my ring in this fight.
They depressed a nation. Period.
I think Nirvana's amazing and great melody writers.
I'll give him credit for a melody here or there.
I was just talking about this with my son because he just watched the Motley Crue, The Dirt, which is real fun to watch with your 14-year-old son, by the way. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
I was about to say, holy shit, man. That movie is pretty crazy. The opening scene.
So we were talking about music, and I said around this time, Nirvana was putting out their first album, Bleach. It was out, and like people were hearing it. It wasn't popular, but people were hearing it. And to think that was out at the same time, I said where people were was this was super popular and generally loved, right? But it was like a fantasy land. The musicians were living this life, and we heard it and thought it would be great. And then, as you see in that movie and in other instances, drugs were not really that fun, and they caused a lot of problems. I said then grunge came along, and you had all these people wishing they could be like these rock stars, and then grunge came along, and they're like, you know what, life isn't really that great. It's kind of shit. And then everybody's like, whoa. So I think people decided. Like seeing a dose of music they could relate to instead of dream about. I think that's kind of what happened with the shift.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're definitely right about that.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Right.
I think, it feels genuine.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I still think they suck at writing music, but that's fine.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Fucking.
I don't mean that. Like,
I have 148 IQ. Come at me.
That's all.
That's all.
Listen. At the end of the day,
the songwriting is one of the most praised things ever.
At the end of the day,
guitar playing.
At the end of the day, my 15-year-old that's never picked up a guitar in his life was able to play 2 of their songs after 2 hours.
I never said it was
I'm
difficult.
just saying. Okay, so anybody could have written it, right?
No,
it's
the vocal melody that goes over those chords is what is
with
amazing.
the lyrics that you can't understand until you look them up. Yeah,
lyrics don't have to make a good song.
Sorry, that was probably loud.
Lyrics really don't need to make a good song, dude.
Great example.
They're all about the lyrics. That's what like Nirvana is all about. Is the lyrics.
No, it's about the song, about the melody.
The
You
melody.
just talked
Music
about
was
how
better.
like it was about more being sincere and genuine.
I said
so,
grunge
like,
in general. I did not say Nirvana. Nirvana
Oh,
had
so-
some
oh,
songs that
so you're
clicked,
right.
and then there's a bunch of gibberish.
So grunge in general it has that, but Nirvana is not sincere and genuine. I agree with that. Okay.
The
Yeah,
melodies
it's not
from
like-
the hits, the melodies from the hit songs from Nirvana that were on the radio and stuff are still not even recreated today. Like if you go learn those melodies, play those as leads on a guitar, you'll see how intricate those melodies are. And to weave those in and out through the rhythm patterns that he was playing, it's pretty fucking difficult. Even a song like Smells Like Teen Spirit, playing that and singing it at the same time is pretty crazy. On a Plane is a great example of like just beautiful melody writing. The way they did it, the way the bass progressed through the notes, the way that they did the full chords, and it was just interesting. I still haven't heard things like that. So
I just
think
want you
they're
guys to
just
take a look at the
amazing.
chat real quick. Just
Yeah.
just take notice of the 100% that is on my side right here. Nirvana's bad.
There's only like 5 people talking.
Yeah, but all 5 of them agree with me.
Come on, get out, Wave, get in on this.
No, see, I hate Nirvana because they killed my generation's music. No, your own generation's music killed themselves.
Yeah, they really
Quite
did.
literally in some cases.
Quite literally. Yeah, for real.
Also, Kurt Cobain killed himself, so I guess it didn't really help.
Damn, I really wish I was awake for this conversation.
Can I
Camp is wrong
say
as
something?
usual.
I think when I listen to Nirvana, part of the charm for me is that Kurt Cobain didn't know what the heck he was doing on guitar.
No, he
He
played
literally
music.
just played what felt good and sounded good to him. His voice is amazing. Like maybe 1% of singers could possibly replicate his voice because he could hit some super high notes with a super full, powerful voice. So I have mad respect for his work.
I'm guessing.
You know?
I'm guessing that if you got the ages of the people that were making whatever comments, there is going to be a correlation with who hates it.
Oh,
and
God.
who thinks it's good.
Oh man.
That's fine.
I
dude. If
mean,
you don't like them,
I'm right
that's
in
totally
I'm right in
fucking
the
fine,
generation.
man.
I'm right in the generation that you would think it was good though.
That's true. Champ is.
That's
in
why
that
you're
generation.
special,
You're
champ.
younger.
I don't know. I hope everybody knows that I'm just playing around. Like I don't like them, but I really, I understand that they have a certain shittiness about. No, I'm just kidding. They have a certain appeal to them that a lot of people can relate directly to.
Grunge was
I
boring
personally
rock.
can't.
Dude. You got. Oh my god.
I kind of agree with that too. Grunge is kind of
there
boring rock.
there
Go
is
listen to Tad. There's other bands than Nirvana. People. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, depends on what you.
Well, let me continue on because part of the reason that I was showing him Nirvana was because he told me that he had recently started listening to 90s grunge and hadn't even brought it up to me. And I was like, what do you mean, bro? You've been listening to like my time's music and you haven't even talked to me about this? Like, what is, like, I was offended by this, like, how dare you? But like, he's been listening to like a little STP, Pearl Jam, some Alice in Chains, stuff like that. And I'm just like, and we were listening to it. So I was like, I'll listen to it with you. So I've been listening to a lot of this for the last week. And, it is just, I some of it is really good. Some of it is really catchy. And I think the biggest appeal, like you said, Alan, is probably the melodies that they come up with. But it is so slow so much of the time that I just get bored listening to it. Like I just listened to Plush by Stone Temple Pilots, for example, before I came onto this podcast. And it's just like
Stone Temple Pilots, I fucking love. I hate you, champ.
I'll say this. I'm not gonna argue anymore about it, but I want to say this because I think it's
I don't hate you.
something to
Kidding.
bring up. Nirvana has reached they're like near mythical status now. So whatever, just the realisms of hearing their music when it came out, it's like Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is an automatically like thing, and I can't listen to half their fucking catalog. Like I don't like most of their music.
what
Some of their
was that?
music,
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, and some of their music is absolutely flawless and incredible, and most of it I can't listen to. But I love the band, and Nirvana has reached that level to where people just wear their T-shirts because it's a Nirvana shirt. They don't know who the fuck they are, or what the music they play.
It's true. It's like
It's just a
Metallica.
fashion thing now. So that is going to turn people off just because they're so popular that people are going to be like, I don't like them. Fuck you.
Yeah. I like
That's what
Rick,
Champ's doing right now.
I grew through it. All right. No, that's not true. I lived through it.
I gotta say,
I
Stone
like
Temple.
what Rick Beato said about it though. Like,
Here we go.
Kurt Cobain died at 27. He'll never be an old, unrelatable, grumpy man. Kids can always relate to someone who's frozen in time like that.
Wow.
So he's saying that like one of the reasons that people respect them so much is because they stopped playing music so early in their career.
Well, yeah, because he's been immortalized as a 27-year-old.
I just don't know if that's a good thing or if it says anything about their music being like
They very well could have went on to play a bunch of shitty music too. We don't know. That's what we don't know.
Yeah.
Champ thinks it all was
Well,
already.
I know. Yeah.
No, here. Hey, listen, Heart Shaped Box, decent song. All right. In Bloom,
I think
good catchy chorus. You know, like I'm not gonna say everything they ever wrote I didn't like. It's just that I think that they are like the most overrated band of all time.
I don't
There's
know.
a reason though when like so many people relate to them, because our local radio station that plays a lot of indie music did this competition a few years back of like all albums of all time, and Nirvana's the one with Smells Like Teen Spirit on it won. Nevermind was number one of all the votes that listened to that radio station. So it relates to a lot of people, and you can't deny I mean, we have a very specific audience here who appreciates complicated music. But if you polled everyone like the Current did in Minneapolis, Nirvana won against every album of all time.
Okay, so then I'll follow that up with a question for you. Would you say that Taylor Swift is like the greatest artist ever? Because if you polled the last 10 years of the people that were listening to music, I bet she wins as the greatest of all time. I just don't think it means anything.
It's not about talent, though. It's about resonating with people.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not saying that they're not relatable.
Taylor Swift has some songs that you could say are well written.
I agree with that also.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's my point, though. Like that. People are going to relate to it. People relating to it's good for relation. It obviously people connect to things, right? But there's a separate part of it that's like, okay, how good does it sound? How much can people relate to it? And how much talent does it require to put together? Yeah. And I think that those things all come into play when you're talking about like the greatest of all time.
I just said there's a reason that a big majority of the bands we love and appreciate are still struggling just to make a living. You know,
people as a general suck.
I love Nirvana though.
The real problem is not enough people know and love Band-Aid. We wouldn't even be having this argument.
I mean, like going back to like Stone Temple Pilots and stuff. Like, there's genius, and I think those, there's the greatest of every genre, right? And for me, like, I love Stone Temple Pilots because they were one of those bands that could incorporate jazz progressions and grunge.
Just imitating Lane Staley. Oh shit!
And then, hold on. So what I was saying is like the thing that stands out with me with those grunge, like Nirvana was relatable to a lot of younger people, right? And then you had STP where they incorporated really intricate jazz progressions and somehow made it sound grunge. Then you had Alice in Chains that was like metal grunge, and then you had Pearl Jam that did this like they're like my four favorites from that era. And I think it's amazing how they had their own flavor of grunge, you know? And I don't know. I think they're amazing bands, and they wrote excellent music. But they have a lot of bad songs also. I will agree. They have some bad songs too. But
I'm exaggerating. I just want to be clear on that. I'm exaggerating.
I love, Champ, that you bring up
fucking moot.
You bring up these controversial topics because we had no plan to talk about Nirvana today, and it just became a 20-minute segment.
And I
apologize.
I forgot about Soundgarden.
I apologize.
No, I love it. Hey, why not talk about what we're passionate about?
Alice in Chains is definitely grunge. Lord Vorador, sorry, disagree with you.
It was, but they started out more with like a metal edge. They even toured with Pantera and Anthrax, like the big three. And they got booed. They got like bottles thrown at them and shit because they weren't metal enough. So they just kind of
I consider them grunge because of the folk elements in their lyrics. You know what I mean? That's and then the way that they're
heroin
played.
elements. You mean? Because that's kind of what ties grunge together.
Yeah, I mean,
lots and lots of heroin.
All right, moving on. Wave, how was your week?
My week was great, man. Well, okay. I'm not going to talk about the thing because we're going to talk about it later. Our baby is halfway here.
Oh my
god!
Yeah, so pretty stoked about that, and also terrified because it's going so fast.
Dude,
And I
it's gonna
thought
be
I'd
so
more ready
easy.
by now.
Piece of cake, man.
Thanks. Thanks for the great advice.
Honestly, you are gonna feel like a lot of it is easy except for the sleep part. You're gonna be happy with everything except for the fact that you're tired 99% of the time.
The most important thing to remember is nobody is ever ready for this situation. So it's not just you.
Good
Nobody's
point.
fucking ready.
That does help. Thank you.
I'm
Other
not
than
adult
that-
enough for this. That's how I felt.
Yeah, so
Get
totally.
me in charge of a life.
Other
Yeah,
than
dude,
that, we had like a 12-hour wedding yesterday.
Ugh.
So when I woke up this morning, I like had to stare at the wall for 30 minutes before I could even move because like my entire body was just super tight. I think I sweated way too much yesterday and didn't get enough electrolytes, and then my body cramped up when I was sleeping.
Gatorade. Got to get some Gatorade on the table next year.
Gatorade. Yeah, I have electrolyte drops, but I totally forgot to bring them, which was so stupid. But anyway,
Happens to the best of us, man.
that about sums up my week. Besides the thing we're going to talk about later. So,
Gotcha. Hell yeah. Ryan, how about you, man?
Yeah.
How's your week?
Oh man, the poll came up and everybody split 50-50 on
literal
Nirvana. That's weird.
50. That's hilarious.
What, between the Gaijin guys, who likes Nirvana? Raise your hand. All right.
I lose.
That's why we have.
That's all we had to do.
That's why we
lose.
have Champ here. We need
Okay.
alternate opinions.
for my week. I'm trying to get back into doing the things I'm supposed to be doing, you know. I did put out a ridiculous 30-minute improvisation video.
Oh wow.
I was making a video about my trip to Japan, and I wanted some backing music, like backing track. I didn't want to use somebody else's, so I was like, I'll just strum some chords and make it all ethereal and whatever. And I
Smart.
did that. And then I'm like, well, I'll play some lead over it, just do like some held notes and whatever. But my
Carried away.
initially it's going to be like 10 to 15 minutes. And then I added commentary to all my photos I had laid out, and it went to 34 minutes. And so I was playing, and then I like went a little shreddy, and then I looked at the timer. I'm like, it's only been 4 minutes. Challenge accepted. Let's fucking do this. So I just played for the whole thing, man.
Nice.
And there's some pretty cool moments in there. There's some shit in there that I didn't even know I could do. And so I put that out there.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I feel like us guys, we get a little taste of this almost every week before the podcast starts when you're just sitting there improvising for like 15 minutes while we're setting up.
Yeah, bring back the guitar for the outro. Remember that first podcast?
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Right, Alan's like shouting on top of your guitar, and it was perfect.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Then Thursday I did my live stream, but instead of the usual live stream, I actually had an interview with Brittany Slays from Unleash the Archers, which
So
that
cool.
was a big get for me. I love the band. I was introduced to them after I started doing this YouTube thing, and it was amazing. I just reached out to him a few months ago, and she was, I think, her and Scott, the drummer, had just had the baby. They're like, well, she's super busy. We're working on an album. Call us back when it's out. And I just touched base with him again. The album's not out yet, and she said, well, if you want to talk before that, that's cool. I can tease the album a little bit, and we can just have a conversation. And she was super cool. I was super willing to talk about whatever. Got some really cool insight to how they write music, and like the production side of it, and the videos and recording the videos and stuff. So if you're not familiar with them, I think there's a lot of bands that we listen to here from the Japanese side of things that might really like Unleash the Archers. There's a lot of, it's like that good power metal without the cheese that I always complain about.
Yep.
It's
And
just-
she's got a beefy voice.
She does.
Yeah.
A very powerful voice, and something about this band has probably got the most plays, like next to Bandmate, as far as bands I've discovered after doing all this. They got that healing factor for me. If I listen to them, I feel better. So
Yep.
that was an awesome experience for me. I hope to
I
get
gotta
more.
say, while you're on that, man, it was really interesting to hear the behind the scenes of how they put the songs together and
Right?
why they turn out so well crafted. I won't spoil it. Go watch the interview, but it was
Yeah.
really interesting.
I love this part. So on GuyJuGuys.com, Andrew wrote up an awesome article for Ryan's video, an interview that he did. He put, while Ryan may fall short on role-playing games, he was enraptured in a nearly hour-long interview with Brittany. It's worth the watch on Ryan Mears' YouTube channel. And we have the link to his channel, of course, over there. And a lot of you know where to find his channel, so go watch it after this podcast. They deep dive into power metal.
Thanks, guys.
Plus, would the world have seen a metal band like Unleashed Archers if Brittany had chosen another career? So, really interesting question to bring up. So, check out that interview. Find out more about it, guys.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. I thought they're so cool. They're just such a cool band, and you're absolutely right that this is the type of band that we like. I love that we talk about Japanese music the most because that's usually my favorite kind of music, but this is the perfect type of band that I think a lot of the people that listen to Japanese music that hasn't maybe gone out of that bubble a little bit, this could be a nice, like, yeah, here, check, like, you like Love Bites, check out Unleash the Archers. You might like them just as much.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And they do like the guitar players do their own live streams and they talk about the music and technique and all that stuff. I think their latest videos are a few years old, and I think they got an album coming out, so they're gonna be promoting that, hopefully making some new videos and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Hell
I
yeah,
remember
man.
just having my mind blown watching that double kick, like you were talking about with the doing double strokes instead of alternating.
Yeah.
Heel toe technique.
I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah,
I think they have like there's what's Awakening is the name of it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like one of the most reacted to videos on YouTube.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, dude.
I gotta check out Legacy.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Dude, gravity blast and heel toe technique are the hardest things on drums. It's so fucking difficult to learn.
Yeah,
I still
I'm not
don't-
even trying.
I can't do gravity blast, but heel toe I can do it moderately fast, but it's fucking hard because you can cramp up if you need your electrolytes for that wave.
Yeah,
'Cause
no kidding.
Your whole like Achilles and your calf. I remember I used to lock up every time I do heel toe. It's such a pain, but you get insane. You get those two strokes really fast when you do that. This sounds really
Dude,
wrong.
I don't know. I watched. Wave. Did you? We watched that video, and his toes were down. Like it was like sliding across the pedal. I don't
That's
know
another-
exactly a technique he was using,
Yeah.
but it's pretty amazing. I was like, what? Why is he doing that? There's
Yeah,
gotta be a reason.
that's the
it's easier for him, or he wouldn't be doing it.
It's a swivel. That's the swivel technique. So there's swivel, heel toe, and then there's your standard straight hammer down on it for double kicks for metal. And I had to learn that one in March of Chronos because all I did was blast beats like the entire time. So you need it. You need to have that swivel down because you got to keep the double kicks like for extended periods of time.
Right on.
Once you have it down though, like you'd be surprised. It's not as tiring. Once you have those
Is there,
techniques
like,
down.
it's a more efficient way to do it.
Way more efficient. It's kind of like the flying finger technique. Once I learned flying fingers, it's like learning alternate picking. I was like, holy shit. I can't imagine, like Frank does it like this. And I'm like, why? You can just go like that. Makes it so much better. But you do lose power. So there is power. But some people are so good at it with their fingers. Like I put all three fingers underneath and I make sure I'm like slamming down on that stick. So you can still get the power, but it helps.
El Estepario dude is
Oh my
Freaking-
god, yeah.
he's been just blowing my mind like every day. I've been watching his videos. If you're interested in some drumming, El Estepario, I don't know the last name or whatever, but that dude's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Wave, do you
What-
do you do any of those techniques for double kicks, or you just do it straightforward?
No, not really. I've never had a use for them because I like super fast music just makes my head hurt. You know, I don't enjoy listening to it, so why would I try to play it?
Oh, that's why you like Nirvana so much.
Oh wow, fuck!
Oh,
I had to bring it back at some point. I was waiting for the moment. Okay,
How was your
I'm
week,
done.
Alan?
I'm done.
Anyway, Alan,
Hold on, I want to say something though. Wave, I still challenge you to learn those techniques, anyways, because it can still help you with hard rock. I think there's a place for it. To do the swivel
I
techniques.
mean, it would definitely
sure.
make everything else easier, but I barely have time to record reaction videos. So it's like, when am I going to do that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I'm going to practice music.
I hear you, man. I'm getting forced into it because I'm teaching my son. So
when-
I feel like this is I never would feel like I would make my own time to do it, but because child, it's forcing me to do it. So maybe when your child grows up, you'll learn how to do some extra kick bass stuff.
I miss.
You're in
playing
an
drums.
awesome position though right now with your kid wanting to learn. That's
True.
pretty sweet.
That's
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
no, like greatest moment of like the year was when he told me when he walked in with my guitar and said, "Can you show me how to play something?"
Yeah, very
That's
true.
awesome.
Very true.
All right, Alan, how was your week?
Oh man, it was been an interesting week. You know, I just got back to New York. Had my daughter's graduation party, so that was crazy. The new content, I love doing it, so I've been just focusing on that. It's a lot longer to put out videos, but I'm having fun doing it again, so that's really cool. And then we got our cover coming out, Wave, and that's really exciting to get that Nemophilia cover out finally. It's been a little bit in the works. I had to go back and forth with some getting the screams perfectly done. The screams have been pretty difficult to nail, so it's coming together though. It's coming together really well, and I like how it's coming out.
Great.
And we just started working on a music video this week and getting that together. And yeah, man, just been doing reactions. I can't even remember what I did, but I checked out this artist. I'm sorry, a lot of you probably already know who it is. Tame Impala. They're a huge artist. I didn't know who they were, and it was surprisingly good. But it was like after the fact. I reacted to it and I went back and realized Ryan, this would be the perfect thing for you to check out for key changes. Like the most flawless key change I've ever heard. Because I didn't even know it key changed until after fact when I was putting the video together. I'm like, oh, what the hell? So they're from Australia. It's a producer. And then he produces all the music and then he puts it together. So that was a really fun reaction. So
That's brilliant composition. If they can make a key change, you don't even notice.
Well, it was fascinating, Wave, because they do like a sweep. They do an EQ sweep and to kind of transition it, and it's perfectly done. And it seems like the song is about anxiety and stress and stuff, so it works out perfectly. And you know, it's like when you're so stressed out and like in that depressed state, you have these moments of clarity also of like, oh, I feel good finally, and then all of a sudden, bam, it hits you. Kind of felt like that kind of vibe, but they put it in the mixing. And then when I started singling out the layers, there's like really cool guitar tones that were in there and bass tones. Because at first I just assumed that was all programmed, because whenever I hear like music like that band, I like assumed that's programmed, but no, it's all instruments and but they use a lot of synthesizers and stuff, and it was pretty good.
Cool.
Can't complain. So yeah, interesting week. And then I've been doing a lot of stuff with the guys trying to set up stuff. So looking forward to all that stuff. There's so much going on. And then as you guys all know, we're all meeting together in the beginning of August for the Bandmate show. So kind of
less than a month, guys.
less than a month. Yeah. Trying to prep all that stuff. And just working on GG
anybody that's in the
channel.
anybody in the chat right now, let us know if you're going to that show too. Because if there's a lot of people going there, I was thinking, and this isn't something I brought up to you guys yet, but I was considering it if there was going to be a lot of people in Minnesota with us. It might be cool to like do a live show, and not a live show for like just people over the internet, but a live show for people that are there.
We're gonna rent a venue,
person. And there are bars that'll do it for like real cheap. There are places that'll do it for like real cheap, you know, and then you could just get like an hour of time and do like a live show in front of people. If there's a bunch of people that are going to be there, it would be cool.
Oh, wait, why are we going to be there?
See Bandmate.
Yeah,
because we're going to go see a Japanese rock band. Everybody in the chat crying about us not talking about Japanese music.
I think I saw like 19 comments about that so far.
Dude, that would be really cool.
Right? It would be cool, super fun. It'd be super fun, but it might be hard to get a lot of people to come to Minnesota. But that's why I want to know if anybody else, if any of the crew is going there outside of us, you know.
Hard to get them there. We'll be there and Bandmate. It's like win-win if you make the fucking journey, right?
Right. That makes it worth it.
Even if there's like 5 people there, like what we did after the one in Boston, that was still a blast. Just hanging out with people, and it was the most
all right,
unstructured show we've ever done, but it was a blast.
Somebody book a hotel with a large hot tub.
Yep. I'm gonna be bringing my equipment too, so we'll have mics and everything, some good mics, and we'll do a really good live show, you know. I think we're all meeting up before and jamming, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I just wrote a pretty cool riff. Maybe we could use it.
Only if it's super complicated. If it's simple, I'm going to give you so much shit.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard enough that I can barely play it.
It's probably gonna sound like Nirvana.
This is about a girl. What are you doing?
Bro, I'm just gonna show up and say come and play it. Come as you are. I just wrote this.
Except we won't be able to recognize it because of how sloppy it will be. We'll be like, oh,
That's probably. I'll put the distortion on. I'll just do palm mutes the whole time. This is this brilliant thing I just wrote.
Hell yeah.
and then that's when we say, all right, champ, you're playing bass.
We're going to go and
I assumed I was doing that already.
All right, guys, let's talk about some Babymetal stuff here we got going on. So Babymetal multiverse project, the metalverse, will appear for the first time in the Summer Sonic 2023 Tokyo performance. The first solo event will also be held in August. So they introduced this other group, which is being dubbed as Chibi Metal, and it's so funny. So if you haven't checked out, there's a clip of Eric, the guitarist for Dichotic. He's completely baffled. He thought it was two Babymetals, or like he thought it was two different footage put together, and he didn't realize it was a younger version of Babymetal. They sound pretty damn close. They do like a song together, but I have this theory that they're going to start introducing a bunch of bands into this metalverse, and I don't know what they're going to introduce. It's not confirmed. It just mentions this is all the article really says. You guys can read it for yourself. It is up in the Discord server, but there should be. So according to the teaser movie released on YouTube, Metalverse has as many stories as there are Metalverse as there are. Sorry, bad translation. And the cast of the contents that appear are always changing, not just one form. It's I'm not going to even try to read this, so this translation is not really working too well. But anyways, the point is, it brought up an interesting conversation though with Eric and I, because this is something I would be excited for. I want to see your guys' thoughts. So they have this metalverse, right? They're trying to copy like the whole Marvel things with the multi-universe, and you have like the different kinds of Spider-Mans and stuff like that. So I think the Chibi Metal is like that alternate Babymetal, right? I think it would be cool if they come out with some fucking villains, like a villain band, right? They have like some villain bands that like play some heavy, brutal music, and then Babymetal like battles them with the music, and there's some crazy collab. I think that would be so interesting if they did something like that, right?
Like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
No. You should see that movie if you
my God,
haven't.
yeah,
but
you
they
should see
have
that.
they have a villain band that comes to battle their band, who are the good guys.
The
and then
vegan band?
Then they have the vegan band, and then they have this huge battle off together. And then at the end, I won't spoil the rest of it, but it's everything you just asked.
It's okay.
Dude,
I might not ever watch it, so you can say it.
they end up coming together and playing together
Yeah.
for like as a team.
I think it would be cool to have a bunch of good bands, not just like something thrown together. Like if they do it, I hope it's like just badass bands like you have with Babymetal. Like you have really good music behind it and stuff. I hope if they did do something like that, they're just really phenomenal produced songs that are just sound good, you know? I think it would be really awesome.
Is there a part of you that just wish they would just put out another fucking great album? Like,
I do want to put on another great album.
If you could choose
like,
between the two.
all this stuff, or just like, please make another album.
No, I honestly, it'd be awesome if I get a Babymetal album and a Chibi Metal album and some villain album all at once. Like, let's bring it. I'll have
Well, they are if they did that, they are progressing the music scene to a place where it's never been before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they're making themselves very special if they do that.
I
I think it'd be cool as hell.
it's a really good idea, and if they don't do it, guys, we got an idea here.
The one you just said, or do you have another one?
No, we got an idea here. If they don't do that, like I think it's a failed. I think it's a failed opportunity. There's nothing really like that. Where
We already have a reaction multiverse
yeah,
in this podcast.
I don't know. I think it would be a cool idea. Like, and then because they have like the song where they're battling on stage, where it would be Moa and Yui fighting and stuff.
Just make Yui the villain. The nemesis.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You get a solo.
People would lose their fucking
Is
mind.
that the long game?
God! Oh my god! That would be nuts. You have like this evil band at the end, this unmasked, and this Yui.
Oh my god. This is cinema right here.
Okay. We just gave them such a great idea.
I know.
We need royalties.
Babymetal.
Copyright
Don't do
this.
Copyright this whole podcast.
Babymetal's looking through his notes. How did they get this information? You damn gadget guys.
Oh my god, that was so crazy. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, that's all I have to say about it. We don't really know. We'll find out when this day comes on August 20th. It looks like.
We need to put a spoiler alert on this episode now.
Jeez. I don't know. Chat, you let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this later. But all right. So, Gacharic Spin. Did I say it right? Gacharic Spin?
Pretty
Yeah.
close.
How do you say
Ryan
it?
beat you into it.
You get an E for effort.
It's actually a soft G at the beginning.
Is it Gacharic?
It's
It's
Gacharic.
It's Gacharic.
No, it's not.
Gacharic.
Is it
Yeah, the C
Geatric?
has that CH sound too.
It's
So
named after you,
Gacharic.
champ. Gacharic.
Gacharic. Of medium.
If only there was some sort of live stream, we could have watched them pronounce their own name.
I know, right? Too bad there's not such thing. But anyways, okay. But I was kind of serious. How do you say it?
Nirvana.
So so they chose their reaction video on who won, right? That's what it is. They chose a
They
winner.
chose one for Japan and then one outside of Japan.
Oh, I didn't see
Some
the
lucky
Japan one.
bastard.
So I just want to say
That was
first
pretty-
off, because I didn't get to say it to your face, Wave. Congratulations! I knew you were gonna win. I mentioned it on a podcast. I mentioned it on a stream. I was like, because you put so much effort in that video. If you guys haven't watched his reaction to it, go watch it because he did an amazing job.
He
So,
won, by the way.
Congratulations, Wave, for winning.
Thank you so much.
What a segue, dude.
You've been acknowledged, bro. You've been acknowledged.
I quit
So
today.
Gacharic Spin announced the winner for their outside Japan reaction video. It was our own Wave Potter.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I fucked that up.
He
Sorry.
dunked on all of us because what'd you do? You managed to squeeze in 3 fucking covers in the one video. You bastard.
Not
Dude,
only,
and I
not
got this
only-
shirt custom made.
Oh yeah.
You went hardcore with that, bro.
No, not
I know.
only did he do that though, he had special effects in his video going on.
Oh yeah, that's
Freaking,
right.
yeah, multiple waves going on. It's pretty amazing. dude.
Honestly, Wave, if you didn't win, I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed.
Thanks, guys.
Right?
Because it was
I
well
didn't
done.
see it until I watched your live stream of you learning about it and then watching it.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Gacharic Spin coming in and being in your chat and blowing your freaking mind.
I still can't process it, dude. So the day that I literally woke up to like a bunch of Discord messages, people telling me I have to check it out, and I had the worst sinus migraine
Oh,
like combo I've ever had, like super sensitive to light and sound, and it was like the worst possible timing. But I mean, that made it all better, you know. So when I did that reaction, I was like, my head was throbbing, but I was like, dude, I have like, this is so cool. And then they ended up in my chat, and then I got super embarrassed and couldn't
Oh
talk.
shit.
I was like, what the heck is going on? But since then, I feel better now, and I was watching. Just, it's so mind blowing still to watch their faces as they watch my video, and like, I'm just so grateful and surprised that they enjoyed it so much. So
What?
It's super cool, but you shouldn't be surprised. It definitely was the best
Right.
one that I watched.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
And the cool thing was they realized, they called out a couple things like the effort you put into just making the video, the research, like, oh, they knew about Hana, having blue hair was just a thing just because you had the wig on, just the music, they noticed a lot of things, not just like the guy they picked from Japan was just like watching the video and dancing.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it. And it was funny. Like
you
they
could
were
tell he
laughing
was
at
a
him.
super fan.
Yeah, yeah. And then yours was like, they're like, wow. They were impressed, dude. Don't forget that. They were impressed.
Yeah, like this guy studied.
Gacharic Spin was impressed by what you did.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
so crazy to me.
Yeah,
I know,
that
I
is
just
it
wanna
is
make you embarrassed
amazing.
right now.
And honestly, I gotta say, like, that's how you do a reaction, in my opinion. Those are the ones I like. and I think the way that you did it was like just perfect. Those, it's just, you have so much information. You can see right here, you're reading off the information for the video, getting into it, and I think they love that. I think they really appreciated you doing that
looking
deep
up the
research on there. Yeah,
the lore and stuff you're looking up, and it's cool, man. They didn't expect that at all.
So congrats,
cool.
man.
How red can we make Wave's cheeks right now?
I think we could go further.
This guy's
Can you-
brightness so high we can't see it.
Yeah, I know. Turn on the brightness. Turn up your saturation.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh
You
yeah,
show guy, Jeremy.
you can't see me now.
Oh man. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. And like, I'm excited to go back a year from now and watch that. And like, I don't know. Maybe I'll fully process it by then.
Yeah.
But just like seeing like Tomazo and Hannah's reactions to my covers was like, this is like the most fulfilling thing I've done on YouTube. You know?
Oh yeah, dude.
So thank you guys so much. I don't know
Hawaii
what else to
Wave.
say. What's that?
Hawaii Wave. It's just
Kawaii. Yeah.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oreo. I think Oreo said that. I was like, what did I say?
Just a reminder too, Gacharic Spin, did I say it right? Gacharic Spin will be in America at Anime Matsuri, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I've
just a
tried
reminder
so
about
hard
that.
to make it work to get down there.
Oh my God, yeah, you should definitely get down there for sure.
Where is that?
When is it again?
Houston. It's literally the week after. They're playing the Saturday after Bandmate plays here
Oh fuck.
Holy shit.
down in Houston. So it's
Hey,
like
Wave, if you can get there, Wave, I'll go. I'll
Really?
meet up with you. Yeah, I'll meet up with you down there. I'll rent a car.
You should definitely try to go, man. You might.
Yeah.
I mean, they know who you are. You might be able to get an interview or something too.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll see you if I can. I'll get some funds together and rent a car, and I'll drive out there, and then we can just drive
Dude,
around. Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Hoagie
Thank
says,
you,
"Well
Hoagie.
deserved."
It would be nice too if it was possible to do an interview. It would be nice to have you there because I suck at interviews.
Hey, Wave, don't hold your breath. It might be. Who knows? Anyways, let's move on. Anything else you guys want to say about that?
Ryan was about to say something.
Go ahead.
No, I was just giving a shout out to Hoagie for the super chat. Thank you very much.
He says,
think that's for
"Bravo,
Wave,
well
though.
deserved."
Thank you,
We'll
Hoagie.
give Wave the $10 for that one.
That's okay.
All right.
I already got enough.
Guys, we have a new thing happening in the anime world. There's a crossover with Japanese bands. It looks like it's about to happen. It's starting to happen. There's already a crossover, right? We get these amazing opening songs in the beginning of these anime songs, but they're starting to do this thing where they put full live concerts on the streaming platform. So the Gazette rocks your living room streaming exclusively on Crunchyroll. And the Gazette is going to be they're releasing on Crunchyroll Premium as you dive into exhilarating world of the Gazette, get the ready to stream their electrifying concerts. So they're gonna have multiple concerts up on there. So I'm wondering if other bands are gonna start following suit, but I know a lot of bands have their own streaming things, so I'm not sure, but this is a way for bands to get even more spread out their music and stuff, right? So they're gonna have captivating documentary videos, also mesmerizing music videos, all the cozy confines of your own home. Brace yourself for our 14 hours of thrilling live concert footage and indulge in 15 captivating music videos. What do you guys think about concerts going on streaming platforms? Because I don't think we've really seen that too much, other than YouTube, I guess.
I think it's smart for them to, they usually post like clips, 1 or 2 songs from the concert, but then, I mean, bands got to make a living too.
Yeah, there's some maybe this is on Prime. I think they got some straight music based stuff. There's some shows, but it's more like it's different than this. This is like an upcoming concert going to be streamed as opposed to a past concert being put out on video and being streamed. So yeah, I think it'd be cool, man. I mean, I don't know if the band makes more off of that because they're streaming to a big freaking company, good for them. It'll be easier for people to see. You don't have to get a separate, like with Nemophilia, they got live streams where you got to go buy a ticket and go watch a stream, which isn't that difficult. Usually there's like an archive where you can watch it if you can't make it at the time. But if it's on a streaming service, then it'll just be easier to access.
Yeah, for sure, man. I agree. Wow. Sorry, I
What
lost
is
my
this?
article here.
What was the streaming service again?
Crunchyroll.
Oh, dang. Well, then they probably get some exposure too if they're like featuring it on the Crunchyroll page or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably true.
100%.
I think it's a great idea. I think all bands should do this, honestly.
Yeah, if they can get on. I wonder what you have to go through to get that to happen. You know,
It's kind of like the next step after YouTube. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you know, they'll cut up their clips and put some certain songs on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, why not do like a whole streaming thing? It's another revenue source, you know?
Yep, exactly. We have visual metalcore band Nocturnal Bloodlust will release a new single digitally worldwide on July 9th. It's pretty cool. It's a Visual K metalcore band, so a little bit different than your normal Visual K, but they have some badass riffs in some of their songs. Despise will contain 2 tracks. The title song Glitcher and instrumental version of Despise will be included exclusively on the CD version of the release. Will be available only in limited quantities at live venues beginning from the band's show at Shibuya Kobasia on July 9th, which is today, right? Today's July 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It is. Well, here tonight.
Yeah. Yoshiki is planning for a world tour with Orchestra 2023 Requiem. We have Tokyo Garden Theater on October 7th and on 7th, 8th, and 9th. He's playing at the Tokyo Garden Theater. London, Royal Albert Hall on the 13th. Los Angeles on October 20th. And New York at Carnegie Hall, October 28th. So he's going solo. So that is pretty interesting. I wasn't expecting that because he just did The Last Rock Stars, and they have it titled on here, Leader of X Japan / The Last Rock Stars. It's kind of interesting. You haven't heard much from them. I thought I would have heard more. Or maybe, oh, shit. Those are
Savage Ryan today.
guys, those are huge venues, though. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So 3 dates at Tokyo Garden Theater. And then we have those big dates later in the U.S. and in the UK, right? Carnegie. Go ahead.
Surprised. The dates in the States. I'm just good for him, man. The dude, obviously legacy fucking rock star, but
yeah.
I don't know.
So there's an article found that I can't remember who pinned this to me on Discord. And shout out to you. Thank you for the heads up. Maximum Hormone might release a new single, guys.
Get out of town.
They might, or they're going to. Come on.
I don't know, because it's a rough translation. So it says new single on July 29th. Super rare limited energy sale. Decision. I don't know if that's the name of the song or so. I guess that's the name of the song. Hormone's new song, a championship that sounds like this to me. Held. I don't know what that means. So rough translation.
The great news is it's a full 1 minute and 45 seconds this time.
Hey, I'll take the 15 seconds. Maybe we'll get some solid conclusion. CK says there's no title for the song yet. I think it was you that pinned me the comment, probably. So what do you guys think? Do we want to make bets now on how long the song is going to be?
I don't know, man.
92 seconds.
To listening to the old shit. I'm not really looking for anything new.
All right.
What do you think, Alan?
6-minute fucking epic.
Yeah.
I think if they want to really troll people, they should come out with a 30-minute long song.
With no changes.
With no change. Yes, no changes. Nonstop. Like, in
And
your
it's
face.
about something like completely not edgy, like flowers.
What if it's a minute and a half song and then just dead air for the next 30 minutes? That's the true troll right there.
Put the dead air at the beginning.
That'd be like a 90 CD with an extra track.
The 1 minute and 30 seconds is somewhere in the middle of dead air in a 30-minute track.
So CK is clarifying in the live chat. He's saying fans are supposed to guess the title by mailing in a form. Okay.
Oh my.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, if they're gonna make us guess a goddamn title, it better be at least 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
It'll be a 3-minute ad for merch. Cynical Beats.
Yeah, do you have to pay to send in the guess?
Fuck, do I
It
know?
wouldn't surprise me.
I was really hoping that, you know, like we wouldn't be talking about this anymore because I had talked about it on every podcast, but then they released that article. I'm like, oh, I guess we should talk about this. It's probably coming out with a track. I guess it's confirmed, right?
It sounds like they're
Wouldn't it be
actually
nice?
gonna have a single.
Would it be nice if they just released the music? Just like, hey, here's a new song. Bam. All this
Surprise.
fucking hoopla and oh, you guessed the title. Nobody's gonna guess the fucking title. No idea what it's about. Any sort of context.
I
Is
mean-
it called Meatballs and Unicorns? Maybe.
I would listen to a song called "Meatballs and Unicorns" by MTH, though.
You pictured a unicorn with meatballs on its horn
Okay,
right now?
send in
I
your
am.
guess. Everyone send in meatballs and unicorns.
And you'll,
Oh my
they're gonna
God.
pick one. Be like, you got the title. You guessed it. Like, did I guess it, or did you just take my idea?
Yeah, that's probably
It's a really good point, man. It's a really
That'd
good
be
point.
hilarious.
Do you think? Yeah, it's called "We Troll You Hard." Says Rangers. I don't know, guys. Like, will we get an album? Probably not.
No, absolutely not. There's a 0% chance of that. They would have said something about an album in that tweet, but like,
Jesus.
I feel like I think we can comfortably say we have an actual song coming in the future.
Okay.
I think so. I think
mean-
you can feel good about that.
They've only hinted at it for 2 years straight, you know, with their half songs that they've released. I mean,
What if they just like combined those half songs and they're
Oh
like,
my-
here's our new song?
dude, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about what if they took those 2 anime openings and put them together and been like, this was the new song. That would be
Do they
fucking
do they
wild.
sound alike?
Not really, but it's MTH. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't
they
matter.
have songs that don't sound alike within their own
Yeah,
songs.
their own song. Yeah.
Jesus. Sony got a really cool video of Asterism on Hollywood Boulevard, guys. It's a pretty cool video. They're out on the streets playing here.
They're already in the US?
Yeah, they did some shows here already.
Yeah, they did the 2 shows.
Like
That's really-
TMZ's out there watching them.
Yeah, that's really cool that they're out there though, like playing like this, you know, just unplugged like that. Well, not unplugged, you know what I mean? But
That would actually be sick if they showed up on TMZ.
I'm seriously asking. Do you think TMZ is actually there because they're doing
that's
this?
don't know.
just like a tour van, I think.
can I just
Just,
say
they just so happen to be like across the street while this
What
is happening.
in fucking LA?
the cool?
Yeah, TMZ happened to be in LA.
That's
This is
true.
a
They're like right
brilliant-
outside the TMZ offices right now.
The
It's
cool
a brilliant marketing move, though.
yeah,
they went out to Santa
accessible.
Monica. They went out to Santa Monica Pier too and set up out there and we're playing.
yeah. Oh wow, I love that snare. By the way, oh, snare's beautiful looking.
Dude, they've had some TikTok views that are like hundreds of thousands of views. So like one of them had like around 500K already.
Oh wow.
Dude.
Somebody sharing their music. So yeah,
They could be bringing Japanese metal to Gen Z.
they could
Yeah.
be, dude. 'Cause-
YouTube is
and
over,
I guess they got
guys.
stopped by the police too. Like the police came and stopped them from playing on the out at Santa
Just
Monica
like the
Pier.
Beatles.
I think it's cool that they're busking, you know, like that, and that's awesome that they're, you know, just doing their thing out on the street. I thought it was badass. This was badass video. Shout out to you guys
It's
for
fucking
posting
cool.
that in the Discord. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who has any type of appreciation for music, which you know there's a lot in LA because so many people move out there to try to fulfill their dreams, you know? So anyone with that appreciation can't deny how freaking great they are,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, the one video I saw, the guy's like, "Hey, do you have any original songs?" And the manager's like, "Yeah," and told the band, and they're like, "All right, let's do it." So they just blasted through this one of their instrumental songs, and I think I haven't seen. I think it was after that one. The next video clip the guy put up was the police came and shut him down, which is also kind of cool. I mean, that like cements your history in that. You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they got shut down by the police. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
almost-
Yeah.
But they came, they had 3 shows scheduled. One was at a festival, I think. Then the other 2 they made free. Like, so that I'm not surprised that they were doing that because obviously they're just trying to get in front of as many people as they can.
Start
Yeah.
making
Brilliant,
gangsta
man.
metal about like getting caught by the police.
Brilliant.
It is brilliant. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next segment. Wow, I can't talk. Segment of Bandmade news with Ryan. I'm going to run the restroom while you deliver this news.
Were you going to bring up stuff for me to read?
You said you had it all prepared. Oh, here we go. I don't know what you can read off of this, but here you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Where's the
All
translate
right.
button?
I got you.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. So they put out their best of volumes 1 and 2. Best of.
It's officially
CDs.
released.
You can order it. I mean, artwork's released. Yeah, their artwork for each album, you put them together, it makes one picture. And there's some Easter eggs in there that represent each band member. The Discords are full of images of what's going on in there. Pretty cool things to check out. They are off their break where I think they're really working on studio stuff. And now there's some pictures of them. I mean, was it recently? Were they? I'm so confused with my trip and coming back and everything. So there's some pictures of them in LA, I think, but they're playing in Japan. What's this? The 9th. So I think they got yesterday, and they played Tokyo a few days before that. So they're in their Japanese leg of the tour, and I think their track lists are about 23 songs they're playing. So they're back to their nice long set list. And I looked at one set list. I'm like, wow, song 5 through 9 is ridiculous. But then you look at the next group and it's just as ridiculous. So, I mean,
That's Bandmade.
it's Bandmade, man. They got 100 songs that are all just fucking bangers. And then there's more after that. Just happy for them, man. They're working their ass off, but I think it's going to work out for them.
Yeah, I think it already is, honestly, but it'll probably get better and better.
Check out Made News Network. They got some updates, some videos like after the shows and stuff, and some Peter Lim's been going to what he can and talking. I think he's talking to some people about the concerts and everything. So that's a good way to get some information kind of firsthand.
Sweet. Yes.
They got a lot more dates to do because 2 more this month. They got 5 in September, 7 in October. So they're going to be busy.
Cool. Do you think if we do that live podcast, it'll be after the concert and do like a full-on Bandmade themed concert review?
I was
podcast?
assuming we were doing probably 2 podcasts that day because the day one, the normal one that we do, and the after the concert, I don't know. That's up to you guys. How you guys want to do that?
I don't know. We should probably discuss this after the podcast.
Yeah,
we should.
we got stuff to think about.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, either way, we'll
Let's
be
do it
talking
during
about
the concert.
Bandmade.
Either way,
Let's do
we're
it during
going
the
live.
concert and live stream the show. Here we are. We're at the concert. We'll just fucking show the whole thing.
There you go.
It's just like shaky.
I think we should just do a podcast from like behind the venue, like right before it stops, and just like hope to see Bandmade walking in behind us as we film.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me call up
Our
Hanabie and
special
see if we can get
guests.
backstage.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
Yeah, use your
I
connections.
forgot. I could go. Yeah. I don't have that connection. I do not. That was a joke.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
All
That
right.
it for the Bandmade news?
That's
yeah,
it. I
man,
guess that's it.
they've been working hard and doing what they do, and they do it very well. So.
Apparently, Psyche put out a letter this morning. Also,
Oh yeah.
Oh, you saw that?
I did saw that,
Oh, I love when you saw things.
but I don't have that to reference.
What are you gonna?
Is that somewhere we can look at it?
What does the letter talk about, Champ? Were you gonna say?
I have no idea. It was mentioned in the chat,
Okay.
but Paul says it was
Give me
beautiful.
a second,
Yeah.
and I will. Yeah, beautiful.
Did they already touch on the Nemophilia live stream news? Yes, we did.
Well,
In the
no,
podcast.
we're about to talk about it right now.
Oh,
It's the next.
I
It's
thought
literally the
letters,
next article. It's the next article.
oh,
Yeah.
I
You just-
saw it. I saw it and assumed that we had talked about it.
Yeah. I'll let you guys know when I'm done with articles, and you guys can be like, all right, you didn't mention this one? No, I'm kidding. But yeah. All right. Well, while Ryan does that, we'll talk about Nemophilia. All right. Nemophilia 4th anniversary. So they're going to be playing. They're streaming their live show for July 9th and the 24th, if I'm reading this correctly. And they're going to be streaming these concerts that they're playing out on the 17th and the 30th.
Tokyo Garden?
Tokyo Garden.
Wow.
Is it Tokyo
Ooh,
Garden?
I wonder how it was selling.
I don't know if it's Tokyo Garden, but there's a website here. I'll put in the link I'll put the link in the chat if you guys don't have it. Oh yeah, it doesn't let me. Oh, it does let me do that. You can get the tickets now because they're already on sale. That's what it was. They went on the sale. It went on sale today, and so you can get these live tickets or whatnot. And yes, it's Tokyo Garden.
And they're streaming it live.
And they're streaming
Apparently,
it live
they're streaming it on the 17th, and it's archived until the 24th.
till the 24th. Yeah. Yep. I
Cool.
read that completely wrong. Very awesome. And so this is
no,
our
but that-
4th anniversary. That's what this is for.
I'd love to know how that show does ticket sale wise.
Mhm.
I'm always rooting for Nemophilia to do well, and we know that the Bandmate did really well at the Tokyo Garden last time that they were there. I'd love to see what Nemophilia is capable of,
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Oh,
their
yeah.
biggest show ever, right?
and this would be
Tokyo Garden?
Nemophilia's too.
Sweet. Well,
Yeah.
I won't be there in person, but I'm definitely going to be at the live stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch
or
the live
whatever
stream
it is.
too.
So
Do we know what time it? Do we know what time it starts?
I just closed the window, but let me see if I can get back. I got it back. It's loading back up here. It says 6 o'clock. That's Japan time. So 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock Japan time on the 17th is the stream date. So July
JST.
17th will be the stream date. Are we gonna do this live, guys?
That's
like we do.
That's
We're
4
gonna-
a.m. Central Time. So
No, that's a no from me, dog.
All right. And also, Hanabie has added more tour dates. I don't know if these are newer because I know we mentioned new ones last time, but they have a lot of dates on here coming up. And for some reason, I think I realized they were at Aftershock, but I think the Aftershock might be a new add-on because I don't remember them on Aftershock, but maybe they were there the whole time.
No,
I just don't remember.
I don't think that's. I think that was on at the same time they added the one in Fort Wayne, which I'm going to be going to. My God, that's so freaking awesome!
Oh, hell yeah.
See him in Fort Wayne.
They're gonna be playing at the Whiskey Go Go also, and that's awesome. And it looks like the same day. They're doing Aftershock and Whiskey Go Go the same day.
Damn.
So
The fuck? It's so weird.
that's crazy.
them.
Well, they're probably playing earlier in the day. They're probably doing like a 12 p.m. slot, like 12 p.m., 1 p.m. over at Aftershock, and then they're probably just going right to Whiskey Go Go. But that means you're going to see them by themselves at Whiskey Go Go. I think it's just them. They're not playing with anyone else. So if you want to see them, just see Hanabie, I mean, that's a great place to go watch them, right? Because they're not playing with other people. It looks like also in Arizona they're doing that show by themselves also. So I guess there's a couple places.
Wow.
Denver,
Maybe in-
Colorado. No, they're playing with Dropout Kings and Fox Lake in Denver, Colorado on the 30th. But yeah, so Hanabie has Arizona and Whiskey Go Go, and it looks like those ones it's just them. Everywhere else they have something listed underneath.
What?
Okay.
Can you scroll down to September 24th for me?
Mhm.
And tell me who they're playing with in New York at Gramercy?
Fox Lake.
No idea who that is. Do you know who that is?
I don't know who Fox Lake
No.
is either. Never heard of him. Might be a band to check out. I wonder if it's a similar style or not. Something to look into.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if you're going to be playing with Hanabie, there's got to be something unique and interesting about you.
Yeah.
Right?
Looking them up now, there's not really much information. So they're probably a newer band, I'm assuming. Oh, they have they have their website up here. This is Fox Lake right here, and they do have videos out if you guys want to check them out.
Go to the middle of that first song and play like 5 seconds.
Yeah, all right. There you
Let's
go.
see. Let's see.
Yeah, that could work.
Right on.
That
Makes
could work.
sense. All right, works for me.
Yeah, that works.
All right, Dusty, I'll see you there. Everybody come to the NYC with me.
There we go. I'm gonna be. Is that the same time? You said September 24th, right? In New York. That's around the time I'm going to see Babymetal. I might actually be able to go to a Hanabie show.
Wait, it was September 24th?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same day as Babymetal in Minneapolis, I think.
Mm,
And that's what I'm going to on that
No
day.
shit.
Yeah, nice. I'll be seeing Babymetal earlier that week, so I'll be in New York. I don't think I'm gone by that time. I might be able to see them.
There is a crazy amount of Japanese rock bands coming over to America in the next 2 months,
which is pretty freaking awesome. Right?
It's so cool.
That's what we've been trying to make happen, and I'm glad we could do it.
Well done, guys, you guys. Finally.
That is good. That's cool news.
You're
man.
welcome,
Like,
Japan.
it went from occasionally to now there's a lot, and a lot of bands like we want to see too, which is really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, it is actually blowing my mind that Babymetal band made Nemophilia, Asterism, Hanabie, all here within a period of 2 months.
It's pretty nuts.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Babymetal tickets. So I think I got mine for like less than 50. I don't remember, but the lowest price is like 208 now.
Oh my!
Yep.
Yeah. They're going
One of my
up.
friends tried to get them the other day to meet up with me over at the New York City concert. Also, said the same thing. I can't pay $200 for it. I said, dude, you should have done it 2 months ago when it was only $60.
Yeah, because all you had to do is just go on there, type in that baby. You just typed in Babymetal, right? Oh, the one caps lock, and then you could have got the ticket for like $60. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that, so there were some people that went in there like started buying up a bunch of tickets and reselling them.
Yeah, that was in their Instagram story, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was.
So I guess Instagram's not completely useless.
All right. Going over to the K-Rock world, we're going to talk about some rolling quartz with Champ.
Oh, are we then? Okay, let me pull up that article of Rolling Quartz that we're going to be talking about. I'm not buying time or anything right now, I swear.
They're going to Toronto.
There it is.
They're going to Toronto.
Yes.
Smooth, man. Very smooth.
I think that's all we have to say about it, too.
All right. They're going to be in Toronto. So if you're in Toronto,
Do we have a date here?
What
What are the dates? Let's say what the dates are. It looks like in Toronto, they're going to be in Toronto. There are no dates coming soon. And it's going to be a fan event, too, where they're going to be doing signings. So if you want to meet them.
Yep.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right. Top 10. Top 10. Here we go. We have
hold on. We're not talking about that other thing?
Oh, shit. Wave. Yeah, we have a whole other thing to talk about before we go to top 10. Go, Wave.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Yeah,
Okay.
lead it off. Thanks for reminding me, Champ. I completely forgot about that. I was like, this seems shorter than usual.
Our segues are so on point today. It's amazing.
I know. Yeah.
Just
fucking
as smooth
gold.
as ever.
This is the first time the four of us have been together on a
we
stream
forgot
in
how
like
everybody.
6 weeks. So.
We forgot how to interact.
Yeah. Let's start all over.
So this interesting video popped up. We're not going to say what it is, but it came up with some really interesting topics that are interesting to think about when it comes to reaction videos supporting bands and stuff. And
We're about to fight.
It was a highly debated video. We'll just say that. It is no longer available.
Yeah, it is. It's no longer available, so we're not going to mention it because it's, I guess, not relevant anymore.
He didn't even care, but apparently he ended up caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The topics discussed in the video, I feel, are very relevant to us four. And so it's going to be interesting to get each other's thoughts on this. So I kind of just broke it down into a few different topics that were brought up in the video.
Yeah, because the original video was like 50 minutes long, just so you guys know.
There's a response video to this that's up that like had some really good points to it. But yeah, that's
I think there's no reason that we can't say who that is. If you want to go over to Drew Gooden's page, Drew Gooden responds to it on
Drew Gooden?
Drew Gooden, not the basketball player.
Gooden?
Not the big
Drew
basketball player.
No, I'm talking about the YouTuber.
Drew
Oh
Fortune.
yeah, that's him. Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, him. The Drew Gooden.
Wait, no, it's Fortune. Isn't it Fortune? Drew Fortune?
No, it's
This podcast will explain in detail.
Anyways, it's this guy.
Drew Gooden is the anyway.
I don't know who that
Oh,
is.
he changed his name. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
No, Drew Gooden is another YouTuber that does like commentary videos. That's hilarious.
What?
So it's
Are
not
you serious?
Yeah, I watch his videos all the time.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I'm thoroughly confused now. Thanks,
So
guys.
the name is Drew Fortune, not Drew Good.
Oh, I must
Yeah.
have gotten that wrong. I don't know why
Yeah.
thought that was Drew Gooden.
It's got Drew Gooden on the brain.
Welcome to false information with the guys.
Okay, so basically, I'm going to bring up one topic at a time, just give a brief summary. I'm not going to say anything on my thoughts. I'll just let you guys discuss it first, and I'd have thoughts, but I don't want to start off on a biased note. So this is the first thing was thoughts on reacting to the popular bands in the reaction sphere for views. What do you guys think about
This
that?
podcast will explain
Sorry.
That's what he sounds like if you're curious.
I was going to watch videos while you guys talk. Go for it. Just kidding.
All right, Champ,
ahead.
what do you think about that? Reacting to popular bands.
Like choosing to react to only popular bands and not smaller bands.
Yeah.
I think it is. Oh God. The TLDR version would be. I think you should react to whatever you want to.
What does
And if-
TLDR
if-
mean?
Too long,
Too long
didn't read.
Okay.
And if you only want to react to popular music, I honestly think that should be okay because it's your channel and you should do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Hey,
That's my simple, without going into like a 40-minute spiel of me just talking about like all the layers to this. That's ultimately.
I think
how
it's pretty
feel about
solid. Yeah. Do whatever the fuck you want on your channel. If you want to do small bands or big bands, it's up to you.
Yeah, let's get everyone's opinion on this. Just quick opinion before
Ryan,
we
go.
discuss it.
So it is. Tell me again what it is. And I know I just heard Champ, but I'm
Just like reacting to bands you know are popular in the reaction community that will get views.
Well, I mean, if you want to get any kind of foothold at all in this, you fucking have to. You can just stay at 50 subscribers and just react to bands nobody knows. But if you want to get those bands in front of people, you got to do some popular shit so other people will see, and then they will be able to find smaller bands. That's why I look at it.
That's a great summary.
Can I add to that? This is the reason why I started venturing off to even more bands outside of Japan, because I was like, if I keep just showing Japanese bands, it's just going to stay within a circle. So now if I do other bands outside the circle, and then like for tomorrow, I'm going to release a Hanabie video, but it's been a while since I put a Japanese band on there. But now I grew a more audience from Avenged Sevenfold and from Ren. Now I can introduce them to a Japanese band. So I know a lot of people on my channel are like, dude, you're not doing Japanese music anymore. I'm like, no, I am. There's just a strategy to it. I'm just like, let me focus on these other things, and then let's show them a badass Japanese band every once in a while, because that's how you're going to necessarily do it in my head. Maybe there's some flaw to it, but that's the way I'm thinking. Like, you got to like spread it around, and then you can like start introducing, bands from all over the world. And I've already seen some comments of people that never heard of Electric Callboy, never heard of Bandmade. They're like, oh, I see you always talking about these, and yeah, they're really good. So I think it's working in my head. So that's the way I look at it. You got to spread it around. Like, you got to do small, big bands from all over the world and just like keep it mixed up. In my opinion, that's how I run my channel. I mean, for everyone can do whatever they want. So
yeah, I have more we can add. Is there
If you
go whichever way you want to go here.
If you want to appease if you want your channel to not just be literally buried underneath everything ever, which makes it kind of pointless, there's a little bit of algorithm pleasing that you have to do no matter what. And that means some popular bands, you just don't have a choice. You just have to do that.
Yeah, you guys summed it up really well. When we start YouTube, no matter how much work we've put into it, if no one's watching, we're still a nobody just starting on YouTube. We need to find people that enjoy watching our videos, enjoy our personalities, and start to care about what we have to say before we can, share new bands with people. And like you were saying, I react to pretty much anything that people request, and it covered, I don't even know how many different bands are on my channel now, but even videos that only get like 200 views, I still see a lot of comments on those videos of people that are like, I'd never heard this band before.
Right.
I'm excited to give them a try. Or I just bought a bunch of merch and albums because I enjoyed this band so much. So it's like, it was necessary that I found other people that enjoy watching my videos before I could start promoting smaller bands, because no one's going to
Sure.
find your video if there's nothing popular about it.
I just want you guys to see how many insane amount of videos Wave has put out. This is why you need to follow the guy, because you will discover a new band guaranteed in one day, in 24 hours. Look at this, insane.
Yeah, that's a live stream, a single live stream, because I post all the clips from my live streams now, and it's overwhelming how many amazing bands are out there.
Yeah.
And
Dude, how many bands have you forgot about? I mean, we see it when people mention bands. You're like, oh, I never heard of them. They're like, you've watched them 3-4 times on your live stream. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
you see so much, you can't remember all that shit. And I've found some. I look through my Spotify, like what I've liked, and I'm like, when did I hear this band? You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh yeah, that was from that one fucking live stream. And it was, there's too much. There's so many bands out there.
But it's also about the sincerity level that you bring into it. So it's like, if you go in there and you're reacting to popular bands and people can tell that you're reacting to a popular band because they're popular, then you're not going to retain that audience. You know what I mean? Like, so there has to be, you have to be genuine in it. Like when I first started, right? Like I was very interested in K-pop just from hearing a couple songs. I was just like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. I want to hear more of this. I figured I'll turn on the camera when I listen to it. I like reactions. Why not do it? Right. And I wasn't getting that many views, maybe 1,000 or something like that. And then I did BTS and I got like 100,000 views on my first video. And it was like, okay, well, I'm going to do some more BTS,
Right.
But if I had not liked the first song that I heard, I would have, and I'm not an actor, you know what I mean? Like if I had not liked it and I said that I liked it, people would have been like, fuck this guy. He doesn't, he's obviously doing this for views. I'm not going to watch his videos anymore. So I think people are more aware than sometimes we give them credit for, and they can tell if you're being sincere.
Right, champ? Like I feel like when you watch, there's some people you watch, you're like, you get this inclination like something's wrong. Like that's how I feel. I'll watch certain reactors, be like, something feels off or feels weird to me. Maybe to some people they're totally bought in, but there's some people I'll watch, I'm like, I don't know, something's weird, and I'll just like click away. But
yeah, I definitely feel like that's a thing. I think that just like the bands that we listen to, you want that connection with them, you want to be able to relate to them, and I think that you need that with like a person that you're watching on YouTube also.
Yeah. All right, any more thoughts on this topic, or should we move on to the next one?
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, this is a Chance BTS video. Holy crap. Is that the first one you did right here?
No, I think the first one I did is you'd have to scroll down a little bit to find it, I think.
Gotcha.
It's that one, the yellow one.
Oh, there you go.
What's
BTS
that,
Idol.
What's that got?
Yeah, 118,000 3 years ago. Oh yeah, we started at the same time. That's right.
All right, the next topic. Thoughts on paid reactions. I saw some comments in the chat too touching on this, so let's discuss it. What do you guys think?
This is gonna be dicey, I think.
Let's do it.
All right.
Why don't you go first this time, Wave? How do you feel about paid reactions?
Well, every single YouTube channel is run by one person that only has so much time in their life, and we all need to make a living. We all need to feed our family. We all have so much time to do anything we want to do, and if you don't even have enough time to react to paid reactions without getting behind, you can't do free reactions, unless it's something you're really passionate about, or if it's a friend you really like that you just want to see what they're into. But it's really hard to make time for anything beyond that, you know? And so no, we're not forcing anyone to pay for reactions. We're doing it because for it to be worth our time that we're not spending on our other jobs to make a living, we have to get something for our time, That's the way I see it. And people request because they want to see my reaction, and they want to support the channel and help me keep doing this. So it's ultimately up to them, and I really appreciate the support, and The fact that they appreciate what I do so much that they're willing to donate their money and time to help me do it and help me discover these new bands, you know? So that's the way I look at it.
So what we need to do is pay Champ to do a deep dive into chemical reaction. I agree.
$400.
I really don't want to hear him talk about it.
Deep dives take a long time.
I don't want to hear me talk about it either. So.
What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, that's a good point to it, but Gacharic Spin did a free reaction. But they also set up the competition and they only reacted to 2 of them, you know? So they don't have that extra time either.
But they got a lot of new people looking at him too. It's pretty fucking smart.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel, Ryan, about paid reactions?
Let's see. So let's say somebody gets paid like, I don't know, $2,000 for a reaction. Do I think that's ridiculous? Yes. Do I wish I was getting it? Yeah. But okay, so here's where, I mean, if somebody's willing to pay it, then they're not, then how are you wrong for taking it? Now, there's a sincerity that I value in reactions to where I think there's this distinction that should be brought up. Like, we know Wave, he's seeing shit he hasn't seen. He's an honest guy. If he'll try and make the best out of any situation, we know that. I will too. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna be like, this is stupid, you know. But if you got someone paid to do a reaction and they try and bullshit their way through it, I think that's bullshit. But they're still getting paid, dude. So I don't know. I can't say it's right or wrong. You know, we have a Patreon. People support me through Patreon, which is great. And I don't get like paid really per reaction. It's just they support me through there. Then they put their suggestions in. Then I eventually get to them, which I'm going to be able to do more here. But, you know, so I look at it as, you know, these people want to hear what I have to say about this certain song that they like. And if that's what they want, that's fine. If somebody wants to give me more, that's fine too. But I'm not gonna, I don't know, dude. I think there's just a difference between being paid to react kindly to a video versus being paid to react genuinely to a video. And there's a distinction that it doesn't really matter if you're paying for it. If you, I mean, it's supply and demand, dude. If people want it, then who are you to tell them they can't pay for something like that? I don't know. It's whether or not people watch that shit. If you want to watch someone bullshit their way through a video and pretend they like it because somebody else paid them to do it, I guess that's up to you too. I'm not going to watch it.
I mean, to be honest with you, I highly I really need the paid reactions and the lessons and everything I do because I have 4 kids. So I mean, it's either if I want to keep doing, if I want to do music, I need the money to keep going. Because otherwise I have to go back to being in food service, right? So what I'm saying is I needed to support myself, to support my family so I can actually keep doing this. So I'm in wave situation where like, this is my job, but I definitely do it from a genuine point of view. Like I make sure I enjoy it and stuff and try, you know, but you're right. I think you should disclose it, which I always do. I always say, oh, this is sponsored by Patreon. That's what I used to do back in the day. I changed things around now. So, because I don't like taking paid reactions, but I do it on live streams only, and I think that's the best common ground for me. So, and it works, and I can keep doing what I'm doing, and it helps me do the more longer videos that I put on YouTube now, where I break down the tracks because I don't get paid for those at all. But I love doing it so much, you know, splitting them up. So I definitely I rely on it a lot. Unfortunately, I wish I didn't. I really do. There's part of me that wishes I didn't have to rely on paid reactions. I really do. I hope to just have a bunch of students and I could just stop it altogether because that'll be the first thing that I stop doing is paid reactions. Because I much prefer teaching for money, I guess you could say. Much rather do that or for releasing original music and stuff. That's the end goal for me. But I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it as long as you disclose it and say, hey, you know, I got paid to do this, but I'm going to give you my honest thoughts because I've done that before. And, you know, people were pretty upset that I didn't give them their confirmation bias. And maybe I could have been more clear and said, hey, you know, you're going to get my true thoughts no matter if you paid or not. I think if you say that, or some people like to pay for a confirmation bias, and I think that's okay too. If you're okay with somebody faking that they like the song, then hey, whatever, to each their own. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. You know,
No,
that's
we're
their
in
reality.
A world where people love reality TV, and that's the farthest thing. It's not fucking reality.
Exactly.
They don't. Yeah. So I mean, it's like you said, dude. I think for me, it comes down to whether or not I'm not going to placate somebody just because they said I want you to listen to this. I will listen to it. I'll give you my honest reaction, and that's what people that follow me want to see.
Yeah.
You know, and that which is great. If people start dropping off because I don't like the songs they give me, then I guess that's my problem. But you know, that I think that people generally, I think with me, people that support me know the kind of shit I like, and they want to like expose me to stuff I haven't seen in that kind of music. Like, check this out, I think you'll dig it. And then I'm back to what Wade was saying. There's so much music that's awesome, like, and it keeps coming at you, and it's that's what I love about it, man. Is discovering this music, and if it's a lesser known band, and you can put it out there, and some other people see it, that's great too. Like, that's part of what I love about it, you know. And for me, like, it's kind of, I try and break down some shit, but I don't think I'm very good at it. But I have fun doing that. And sometimes people learn some shit about it, and sometimes people just laugh at me struggling to figure out a line. But you know,
another thing is,
I'm not going to tell somebody you're dumb for paying somebody to do that. Well, it's their fucking money, man. And if someone's, well, whatever.
Yeah, Eric
that's
and I
the thing. Like, each individual brings a different, like, people are paying because they want to see that specific person react to it. And also, like, just to shoot this in real quick before we get to Champ and the reactions, like, I feel like with paid reactions, I will talk about my opinion if I really like the song, but it's also more about, like, this is a fellow artist who's spent time creating this music, and I'm gonna do my best to find things I appreciate about it, even if it's not something I would want to listen to in my free time.
Sure.
Because it's someone who put a lot of time and work into their craft and developing this art. And there's always something to appreciate from an artist standpoint with that, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's some people who be like, oh, you're only doing the paid reactions because you fail as a musician. I've gotten those comments.
True.
What do you... I always say I haven't failed yet. I'm still working at it.
Tell you what, I think I've topped like 24 listeners on Spotify last month. Fuck yeah, fucking 40% increase.
I mean,
dude, nice. I'm up to 2.
I mean,
but I got people literally in, I know people in Australia, I know people in UK are listening to it. And for me, that's fucking great, dude. I want to keep making some music and doing, like, I'm good. Like, as far as my music career goes, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm playing music and I'm, you know, doing improvisations, which is the most fun thing for me to do. And some people dig it, you know, and so fucking whatever. I'm cool with it.
Champ, what about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, everything you guys said, I do paid reactions on my Patreon, and so clearly I don't have any problem with it. I think the biggest argument I would have against people that do have a problem with it is that when I first started my channel, I didn't have a Patreon. It's not like I started my channel and the Patreon came with it. It was, I was doing reactions. They were all done for free, you know? Yeah. And then people were saying, like, hey man, like, how can I get you to do a reaction? It's like, okay, well, there's all these people that are asking me to do reactions. I don't have time to do all of them. If you really, really want to skip ahead of the line, go ahead, you could donate something to me over my Patreon, and I'll make sure that I get to yours first. Right? So, like, to me, like what Ryan was saying is, why would you say no to them at that point? They want to give you this money so that you do this thing for them. I like the money, and they like the reaction. There is no problem with that in my mind.
It's a win-win.
And as Alan was saying, you know, we're grown-ass adults, you know? All 4 of us now have children or child on the way, and I feel like as much time as I can dedicate to this, it would be so much less if it was just a hobby and I wasn't prioritizing it over like, you know, stuff in real life, like having a job and a family and stuff like that. But because there is a little bit of income that comes in through it that helps us, I think that it justifies the amount of time that we're willing to spend on it as an adult, you know? So to me, that matters. Like I couldn't do this. I wouldn't have done this for 4 years if there was no money involved in it, just because I wouldn't have had the time. I would have had to do something else for money. Put it that way. I would have had to do something else that gave me more money.
To add real quick, the wife would not let me do this.
Yeah, dude. If there's anybody watching that does something they want to do for free with no other job, go ahead and speak up.
It's like an unpaid internship, man.
Nobody does. Yeah, I mean, Bandmate doesn't tour for free.
Yeah,
just because they really love music. It's a lot of fucking work, man. You got to put time into it. It takes your day, and you gotta.
Yeah, and I'd also like to throw out what Captain Dusty said here. When it comes to Patreon requests, I'm paying to support the content creators. If I get a quote unquote free reaction out of it, that's cool with me. And I feel like that's a pretty consistent mentality to a lot of the people that I find on our Patreons, especially mine. I don't know yours as much. It might be the same for you guys, but on mine, like I feel like most of the people there, like they would be supporting me regardless of if I was to give them a reaction. At least that's what they've told me. Who knows if they're fucking lying to me, but that's what they've told me. And for that, it's just like, okay, well, I appreciate it. And in return, I will give you the reaction. Cause like, why wouldn't I? You deserve it. Like you are hooking me up. I want to hook you up.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way I see it, it's like you are giving people an option to guarantee that you check out the song they want to see your reaction to. You know, when I do live streams, it's a guarantee that I will react to that day, you know?
Yeah.
And when with my Patreon, they have a guarantee that I'm going to react to what they want me to see, you know,
as opposed to me, like every couple of weeks, I'm like, hey, I want to do some reaction videos, and I do like 3 and then fucking laugh the rest of the
well,
so thank you, patrons, for sticking with me.
Two-way bug
inconsistent.
Two-way bug raises a good point. Asterism does it for free, but they know the payoff is the exposure. That's still something that they're getting out of it, you know?
Yeah.
But we get that too. I will say, like, we get exposure too by putting stuff out for free. I think that's like,
you're gonna do stuff. It's like a happy medium of both. It's like, I think when people pay, it's kind of like getting that immediate reward, you know, like for that reaction to live streams. And then Wave and I
didn't know Asterism did reactions.
Well, the live shows they were playing for free.
I know.
Oh,
that's like 3. It's like 2 shows and a couple outdoor things. We'll see how long that lasts.
Oh my gosh, Kurt! Thank you so
Kurt.
much.
Appreciate it,
Kurt.
He wants to
You're
pay.
the man.
All right,
So
what do you want to
sweet.
see, buddy?
He wants to pay.
Do a Kurt reaction, right?
Paid reaction for Ryan. He wants Ryan to catch up on his Patreon request. That's what he
I'm
wants.
sorry. I'll look it down. Things are going to change on my Patreon. Things are going to change.
But
all right.
I was gonna say, I want to mention something too, like with Wave and I. Well, Wave, you have your secondary job, I guess, but with the wedding stuff, like this is Wave and I
very spotty.
It's very spotty, right? But him and I are very consistent because I teach, he does wedding stuff, and that's very spotty for us. And by the way, if you want to do lessons, check out my Patreon. But but anyways, but my point is, like, yeah, you have to have that supplemental income everywhere. Like I think we're always worrying because we don't have that job anymore that was there, and that's kind of the point, like I mentioned, I'm sure Wave would love not to do paid reactions. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us would be like that. If we were all set, of course we would just do it. We just do it and get it done, and focus more on like the new stuff or focus on our original music. I think it's the biggest thing for me is like not being able to focus on original music as much, and trying to get back to that, trying to have the happy balance because you're trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah. As a musician, that's what we really want to be spending our time doing. Like, I wish I could just play drums and guitar all day,
Yeah.
But I'm not good enough artist to actually be able to
But on
do
the
that.
flip side, this is the second best thing to that, right? Like, if I'm not going to be playing music, I might as well be learning from music, right? So that's what I tried to do when I listened to these reactions. Like, what can I take away from this song?
Yes.
To help me when I do get on that fucking guitar or drums or bass or whatever. What can I take from that to do that?
Yeah.
You know?
What are these bands doing well that I've been completely ignorant to up to this
Exactly.
point? I've learned so much from watching these bands musically, and now I'm too nervous to post any original music because it doesn't meet the standards that I see from other bands.
But honestly, we're all one type of reactor, right? There's definitely other reactors that are not. I think the four of us are we're all musicians. So it's really hard to, have an unbiased opinion, I guess, in that sense, right? Because what about the reactors that don't do it like how we are? You know?
The ones that
people watch
that
what
cut
they
up the
like
songs
watching.
and make money off the actual reactions.
I enjoy watching non-musicians react to music too. If like they have a real passion, because like you guys were talking about last week, and I was really bummed I missed the conversation, but about what makes a reaction worth watching. And they're so multifaceted. Every individual person out there has different tastes in what they want. Even us four, we don't share the same audience. There's people who watch one of us, don't watch the rest. You know, we all have different audiences because people watch what they enjoy watching. And so, like, I feel like every kind of reactor has merit to some people. And
how many people
really
listen
want
to, real quick, how many people listen to all four of us? Yeah, let us know in the comments. Go ahead, Wave. Sorry.
Put a poll up, Al.
Yeah.
Crap, what was I just gonna say? Oh, yeah. But there's like personally, the things I try to bring to my videos is, like appreciation for the music, a little bit of educational, but mostly like passion and entertainment, because, you know, that's what I like watching in a video, and everyone's gonna have different tastes. So, just to throw in my hat from last week. Should we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, go for it. It's just an interesting conversation. So thanks for organizing this, Wave.
Topic. What are we talking about?
Well, okay, I'll kind of lump a few of these together because there was first building a YouTube channel from the ground up using reactions, like large channels versus small channels, and like if larger channels are ignoring smaller channels. It's kind of a complicated thing, but just like, how do I put this in to easy words? Oh, larger channels stealing reaction ideas from smaller channels. I guess all three of those topics kind of go together.
That was ridiculous. I remember that comment. Sorry. So pretty much what he's saying, he was pissed off that he thinks that he brought up a small band and then another reactor went and was like, oh, that small band worked well for them. I did it. And then they got way more views than him. And he got pissed off that he got more views on the same exact video. And then he pretty much essentially said he stole that idea. But the whole point of doing reactions is like to spread the name of the band.
Yeah. That's the kind of cognitive dissonance that was there, is like, I'm doing this to support smaller bands. I don't waste my time with big bands because I only support smaller bands. But at the same time, being mad that a bigger reactor exposed the smaller band he reacted to a larger audience.
This is called entitlement. That is what that is. I mean, how you just deserve it. You just earned it. You deserve it, right? Like, I just deserve this. So, like, come on, man.
That's like
just
us,
be normal.
That's like Ryan saying, fuck you guys, you can't react to Bandmade. Only I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Mr. B, the OG.
Yeah, me and Mr. B's in here like, I started all this shit. You fuckers copied off of me.
Old Mr. B is going to make a video about how pissed off he is at all of us for stealing the bands he reacted to already. Oh, better yet, we could like get mad at each other for interviewing the same person. That's one that's out there too, you know?
Yeah.
So what was there something about seeing something from a bigger reactor and taking ideas from him or something?
No, it was the bigger reactor reacting to one that the small channel. and like being annoyed. Okay, like I guess he rated someone Nick Nocturnal and
Yeah.
didn't get any type of thank you or response.
Mm.
But
Because he
like,
probably brought like 12 people with him.
Right. And he already hit Nocturnal probably had like 1,000 people watching him already.
yeah, and
No.
his Nocturnal's
chat
chat
goes
goes like,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that pretty much sums up that.
And you know what? Like we all acknowledge, like, I mean, you know, we are so the channel that is in question that we're not mentioning the name of, they're not a very big channel. We're not huge channels either. You know what I mean? We're all at different, like, you know, but we you know, it's we're not Nick Nocturnal. Right, he
Yeah.
gets all these views
Yeah.
all the time, and if I ever did anything that he did after me, I would just assume it's because everybody that watches my videos probably already watch his videos, and they just went from me to him. It's
Yeah.
like, well, let's get this guy to do it, man. He's
Yeah.
even better. I'd be like, yeah, dude, like go for it. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is like back to what I said before, we're each one person with only so much time in a day, and as small as I am compared to Nick Nocturnal, I still can't keep up with seeing all the comments, all the emails and all the messages and stuff, you know? It's a lot to give a little part of your brain to so many different people, but you got to well, like you, Champ, you had a detox this week because the more stuff goes into your brain, the less energy you have for doing your job, which is giving your energy to the bands and the artists that you want to watch. So like
Right.
we're all just people with limited brain capacity, and it's
You know,
really hard to keep up with everything.
Cynical brought up a good point right here. It's like I guess it's equivalent to me getting pissed off at Nick Nocturnal for doing Pale Dust video and it getting more views than my Pale Dust video, right? It'd be like that would be equivalent. No, instead it's like that's fucking awesome because that band deserves so much love because they're such a good metal band. But also, you know, believe a good video will find its way. You know,
Look, here's how this works, dude. Say I do a video for, I don't know, fucking whoever. Pick a band. And then since we're talking about Nick, we'll talk about him. He does it and it does way more. What happens then is he then decides his video will dictate how like more people are going to see this video. And it's going to lead back to mine because I have a video that covers the same band. And it's cyclical because now it's going to become more popular. So my video will get pushed and the band's going to get more exposure because they'll be seeing his video and if like somebody sees on his, like, oh, this other dude did a video too, then they check that out. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm still trying to hit 20,000 subscribers here.
I thought you hit 20.
No, it's 19.
You'll get there.
Something. I'll get there. But that's not, I'm more concerned about like YouTube is like a vehicle to get to satisfy, you know, like Patreon and Twitch and all that stuff. I don't still make shit off of YouTube views, but it'd be cool to get more subscribers. I don't know, just to get the more exposure for the bands that I put on there. But you know what I'm saying though? Like, you know, if you make a video that a bigger thing does, then, you know, it'll work out for you eventually.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, you said Alan pulled up my channel before and you could see some of the BTS videos I did. They do some pretty banging numbers, right? But like even that video that has like 250,000 views on it or whatever, there's 20 other videos that have like 1 million views on that same song that people reacted to. And it's like, I'm not angry that I only got 200,000 views on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not angry at the other ones that got 1 million.
You should be pissed, Champ. You should be irate.
Like, and I'm just like, they all got 1 million. I'm not like, okay, I quit. Like, you know, it's just some, first of all, there's the algorithm. Second of all, there's likability factor of just you as a person. And guess what, dude? Like, if nobody's watching your video at all, maybe people just don't like you that much, you know? So
that's one thing I was going to comment on is the big difference I saw between us four and this particular person is there's no entitlement from us. Like we're all, you know, we are gracious for the audience that we have. We're so grateful that people are willing that enjoy our videos enough that are willing to help support us and help us keep doing what we do. And
Yes. Oh my god.
we don't
bro.
feel like we deserve this. We're just doing our thing and grateful for any support we get.
I feel so lucky. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I was blessed by the people that came to my videos to watch and the YouTube algorithm that gave me a chance to push it out there. Like not everybody gets that opportunity, you know? And like if you do, if you're lucky enough to hit that wave, no pun intended, but like if you're lucky enough to jump onto that wave and have it carry you a little bit, then like you should have a little bit of like graciousness towards it, you know, because there's for every channel that gets 20,000 views, you know, there's another 50 channels that have 20, you know, not 20,000, just 20. And it's like that is, you gotta, there's levels, yes, but you gotta acknowledge that, like, you know, this, if you get lucky, you need to appreciate it.
This was another thing that was brought up that contributed to the entitlement, but the fact that they had been on YouTube for such a long time and kept, you know, have been on it for working their butt off. Well, I looked up to see when my oldest channel was founded, and I was on YouTube in 2008.
Holy
I've been
shit.
consistently making videos since 2008.
Holy
And
fuck.
Not
God
until just
damn.
now.
Fuck.
I know. So I know we've all been 0 sub channels. We all had to put in a ton of work before we learned what the heck actually works. And I have hundreds of videos that no one will ever see out there, but because this worked, it made it worth my time. And it's not that I didn't try being an authentic artist. It's just no one knew who I was. No one was cared about what I was doing at the time.
Well, it's like you were saying, like Ryan was mentioning too, like it's a good feeling too when your Spotify jumps up monthly listeners, you know? That's a good feeling. I don't like every time I check that stat, I get so excited that people are listening to my original music. I mean, that's honestly the win for me in this whole entire thing. And also, real quick before I go on a tangent here, Kurt, thank you so much for the $50 donation, man. I really, really appreciate it. And Rochester Greg, thank you so much, man. He said, keep doing what you're doing. I really
That's what
appreciate
it's all about. Fucking money.
Yeah. You're making it worth it, baby. This is why we're here.
Oh shit! I just undid everything. We just
Well, if people actually knew how much we made off of Gaijin guys, they would pity us.
Nick Bender says, I'll be in Fort Wayne for a Hanabie, Ryan. Hope to see you there. Heck yeah. Thank you for
say
super
hello,
chat, man.
man.
Yeah, thanks. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I don't know. Keep doing what you're doing, you know. I think we're doing it for the right reasons, in my opinion. But
I initially started so I could put my music out there, and that didn't work out so well.
yeah.
I honestly think
That's why I started too, though. That's exactly why I started, was to get my band out there. That was the
I think
main
that's a
reason.
really popular reason for reactors to do reactions. They also make original music and want to get a little bit of a platform to be able to show that off.
Sure.
I didn't expect it to turn into breakdowns. Like what I'm doing now with track separations and really talk about production, it didn't start off like that. It was all meant to try to get the band out there. And then it just turned into, I'm going to get more into learning and production and like really focusing on that. I mean, I've done production for years, but I was like, never thought that I would turn it into YouTube videos. My whole idea was to do original music only, you know, which I still plan on doing. But
Nobody wants original music.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. You got to build up the resources so you can do the original music.
But there is
afterwards.
a bit of a disconnect there. I've noticed also that a lot of reactors, they'll do a bunch of reactions hoping that it helps them out on the original music side, and then like it doesn't help at all, you know. So
you gotta mention it in the videos.
But I've gotten lucky. I mention it in all my new videos, and I've seen the numbers go up on Spotify, so I'm happy. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like
For some reason, I can't seem to make Japanese music.
Okay, we missed a super chat.
Good.
Rod Miller, thank you so much for the $5. Says Maggie Renee put herself through Juilliard by paid reactions. That's cool.
amazing.
She's
That's fucking
very
amazing.
honest about what the singers are doing correct, and it's paid request. There
Is
you
she
go.
Still doing reactions.
Everyone's got to make a living.
But
Juilliard
see, that
didn't work out so well then.
No, but hold up though. That benefits. That's a situation where it benefits everyone. Like they already have a lot of knowledge. and then you're supporting them to gain more knowledge that they're going to share with you later. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like a little circle
And
there.
that's another thing that made me feel better about my own music not getting any traction is doing the live streams and the paid reactions through my live streams. There's so many amazing bands and amazing artists that have just a pittance of subscribers that they deserve for the amount of time they put into learning their craft, the quality of music they're writing. That's way better than anything I'm writing. And again, people only have so much time. Why would they listen to my music when they could listen to these bands, super underrated bands that make better music than I could ever make? And there's so many of them that aren't getting the listeners they deserve. So it's like the live streams have really helped me appreciate that.
Right on.
It's just a really difficult thing to get people to listen to your music. And yeah.
Completely agree, man.
We also missed Nick Bender's super chat. I'll be in Fort Wayne for the Hanabie.
I did
Concert.
mention that.
Alan mentioned it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it.
I guess I was looking for the other one.
I got you. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to address on this?
There was just one other thing.
Go
if
for
we
it.
have time,
Yeah,
Just-
no, go for it.
what are you guys' thoughts on making a video to call out other YouTubers that are in your space to
You mean
criticize them?
what he did about this? So okay, so now we're not talking about something that he talked about in the video. We're talking about the video that he actually made, right?
Yeah.
approach?
Yeah.
Conceptually,
Yeah.
I'm going to start this off. I think it's a fucking piece of shit move. I think that there are people out there, there are YouTubers out there that I do not like personally. I do not like them, whether it be because I feel that they're insincere or that I feel that they are, or I tried to work with them and they ghosted me or something like that, you know. And I don't want to go too deep into it, but let's just say that the person that made this video that we're talking about right now actually mentioned somebody that I personally had an issue with myself inside of that video. And even though I was affected by it far more than he was, I've never brought it out into public. You know, like I actually had something taken away from me, you know, that was like that I spent a lot of time on because of somebody. And I talked to you guys about it privately, but I've never brought it to the public. So when I saw somebody else bring it to the public, my first thought was just, you got to be such a piece of shit. Because like, that is just not, you just are starting drama for the sake of starting drama. And I don't think that you're not going to get anything out of that except for creating that drama and probably hoping that the drama comes back to you from that other person. And therefore, it's going to be a big,
I'm going to have to fight you, champ.
thing.
I got to fight you just a little bit on this.
Okay.
I'd be such a hypocrite. All right. I just released a video. About a YouTuber.
Did you talk about Champa Medium the whole time?
I did. I talked so much shit about
An
Champa
asshole
Medium.
doesn't like Nirvana.
Are you gonna unlist it in a week?
I should probably almost. To be fair, it was meant to be more fun, but now that I'm thinking about, it, I'm like, I was actually really debating on this video. I did post one because it was such, and we talked about it on the podcast. Actually, it was such a crazy reaction, and yeah, we had fun with it. It was like one of those things where it was about Babymetal. He pretty much stopped the song halfway through, and then so we talked about it. Eric and I had fun with it, but it's because I wanted to see Eric's reaction to it because I thought it was hilarious. So it's one of those things. The video, I don't know what you think about this, so I want to get your guys' opinion. In that video, I mentioned our inadequacies also as reactors. Like I said, hey, look, I've been guilty of doing the same type of reaction. I've shit on bands before by accident. Well, not by accident. I've shit on bands before, and it was immature, and I put it out, and I regret doing it. Like it was bad. So like we had some positive things to say in the video, but we also had some constructive things to say. What do you feel about video like that? I don't know. Some of you here have seen that video.
Context matters. So I haven't seen your video that you're talking about yet. But I think that there's a way that you can address other people that exist in said community that we're in without being, I think you could talk about things. Like you said, there's constructive ways to approach the topic. There's also ways that you could joke around about stuff that's not going to be a big deal. The biggest problem that I had with the way that this was phrased in the video that we watched was it was completely out of anger and entitlement that he was bringing this up. It was not like he was trying to give advice. It wasn't like he was trying to hope that it would be better next time. It was just pure, unadulterated, self-centered reasoning.
True.
His words were literally, this is gonna piss a lot of people off, but come at me.
Oh no. I started off as a fun thing. I said you guys should go request the next Babymetal song. I don't know if that's considered bad. I don't know. Because it was one of those like I don't know. A lot of people said, yeah, he's an ass. But I did say in the beginning of the video, don't go over there and message this. So like if you are gonna message, request the next Babymetal song. That's what I said. Just give them a positive, hey, you should react to Give Me Chocolate next. But
two different videos here.
Two different videos,
And speaking of that, Alan, what you just said there about saying, like what did you just say? I totally lost my train of thought.
I said in the beginning of the video, don't shit on this guy. This is purely for fun.
Exactly.
So when you go over to the Drew Fortune video that we mentioned before, you'll see that the top comment is a pinned comment from him. So even though he's in response to somebody that legitimately pissed him off about something, he says in that comment, please do not go over to this person's channel. Do not flood them. Do not make their life more difficult. I need to say what I need to say because I feel like that affected me directly, but please don't make this worse for anybody.
But if you call that person out in a video, you saying please don't go over there isn't going to stop anybody from going over there if they want to.
Don't drop names.
Yeah, see, that's a good point too. I didn't drop a name, but obviously you can see the person in the video because we're reacting to it. But I don't know.
If you put that in your comment, that people are going to immediately shoot over there and do some shit.
That's exactly why I said request a Babymetal song. I was like, if you go over there, request the next Babymetal song without saying any bad comments. But yeah, I don't know. We were having fun, but in hindsight, it was kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe just stick to production videos.
Well, that's why we love you, Alan, because you take accountability. Even if you make mistakes, you take accountability. You're a super humble dude, and you do everything you can to correct it and make your relationships with each other, with your friends, good. And that's why this podcast exists, because the four of us, I mean, you can tell from watching this podcast, we all have very different opinions, but we love each other because, a rising tide lifts all ships, and we all have mutual respect for each other and what we're doing.
I think that the way that you phrase things matters a lot in the world that we live in. Just words matter, sometimes we act like they don't, and we talk in technicalities, but at the end of the day, there's like feelings that go along with certain words and how you phrase certain sentences and stuff. And I felt like watching the video that we watched, there was just an underlying hatred. And I've never watched a video from you, Alan, that was like a real unadulterated hatred that was underlying. It's just more about having fun and joking around and stuff like that when it comes to you watching a video like that. So I could watch one of your videos. I could react to, like, let's say one of your videos and tease you while I'm watching it, and that I wouldn't be like I'm being a jerk about it. I would be like, well, we're just messing around type of thing.
I would love that.
It was like somebody was mentioning my Hills of Wisteria video. That was a good example of how we made an ass out of ourselves. It was like a memorial for Mikio, and we were like jumping around. We were having a good time to the song. I don't know. You could take it either way. We were having a great time. We are like, this is a badass song. We were jumping around, moshing, and everyone was like, you should have been sad because that was a tribute video for Mikio. And I'm like,
we don't know Japanese.
If you don't know what it is, then you like the song, then what it do?
But yeah,
whatever.
Mikio would want us to enjoy his music.
Yeah,
I guess the flip side of the last thing I said was, if you call out somebody, don't go over there. Well, the person you're calling out put out the video that they knew was going to cause some shit. This guy took a band that's one of the biggest, Japanese reaction video bands out there, and is like, this is bad. This is just bad, and says it's crap.
That was it.
So you got to expect some shit, man. So I mean, there's a flip side to it. Don't put that out there if you don't want some negative feedback. You're gonna get it. I've done it. Like but I knew what was gonna happen when I put that out there. So I think it was like at Akatsuki was one that I wasn't super favorable about, but I was also honest about it. I didn't say it was shit or it was crap or anything. It's just, I don't even know what the fuck I said. It was like a year ago. I don't know.
Yeah, everyone can have their opinion, and we don't have to all agree on it. But if you with respect,
if you make a video that's inherently negative, like just blatantly negative, and you put it out there, then you do it because you're wanting, you know what's going to happen.
For the purpose of negativity. Like if you're watching something for the first time and you have a negative reaction to it, that doesn't make you a bad person. What makes you a worse person is if you take whatever negativity you're feeling and you create something specifically and put that negativity out into the air and try to create more negativity amongst the community. That's a different situation.
Yeah. I completely agree. Captain Far says your video is more of a reaction. It wasn't an essay of why this person and his reaction sucks. It was a genuine reaction, and that's true. I literally said in the beginning, I just want to see Eric's face because it was funny when I watched it. I'm like, I can't believe he's like giving this no light of day. I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, to me it was hilarious to see somebody react to Road of Resistance and be just disgusted with it. To me, that was fucking hilarious.
Because was that the one where he was literally talking over the music the entire time?
Yeah. So to give the guy credit, he was genuine. He didn't like it. I guess maybe he was genuine to not liking it, and it was.
I disagree with that. I just want to say I know what video you're talking about, and I don't think that he was being genuine.
I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say it. It was just funny.
I know what your
point
is.
Yeah, you get my point.
I get your point. I thought that he was, but that video that you're talking about, he was not. He didn't go into that like with an open mind. Like he was completely closed-minded the second it started.
Yeah.
I don't know how he heard the song over his talking because I never listened to it.
I thought when I saw the video, here's my exact thoughts. I'm like, this is entertaining as hell. I can't wait to show Eric, and I would love to share this. I'm like, this is great.
Maybe it was just a troll. And it was trying to be funny.
If it was, congratulations. I don't know what else to say. You know, I thought it was funny.
Maybe someone will like it.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to act like we're like better than everybody either, because we have in the past used videos that have come onto YouTube that we thought were interesting talking points, and we have even used them in titles. Like, this person is talking about this. How do we feel about that? But again, every time that we broached those subjects, it wasn't because we just wanted to talk shit about this person. It was because we wanted to have an active, engaging conversation about the topic that was at hand involving it.
Well, yeah, there's still, we were just talking about doing this for a living, right? Earlier, a part of it is AdSense. You know, like there's that part of it too, right?
Very tiny itty bitty part.
Tiny itty bitty part. But the point is, you're paid off of views. Like that's the other thing that you got to think about too. You know, so you have to have something entertaining also along with everything else you're talking about. But I don't know.
I mean, I'm not, but I get your point.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's just. I mean, what it depends. Like if you like look at how people view things on Facebook, as far as like thumbnails, scene titles, unfortunately, people are gonna go for, you know, more of those titles that are like out there, right?
Did you say Facebook?
People crave drama, but it's got to be authentic drama for it to really grab you, not just generated out of nowhere.
It doesn't have to be authentic.
No, people like a lot of bullshit drama, dude.
Not people who see through the BS.
I feel like we're just talking this out, by the way, guys. Like our opinions are gonna change. Like I know mine's gonna change in like probably like seconds after this video.
this is very like we're
just talking this out.
Just a little behind the scenes for you guys. We didn't discuss this at all beforehand. We were just like, do we want to talk about this? Sure. And then we watched it all separately.
This is guys hanging out, saying the comments and that first come to their head, and then realizing, oh, that was dumb. Let me, you know.
My opinion's changed a little bit since the first time I saw it. Some of the stuff he was saying, I initially was like, all right. And then as I checked out some other stuff and I would listen to you guys, like, you know, it is kind of bullshit what he's saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just feel like it doesn't even matter what a reactor says in context with like the actual music itself, like how they feel subjectively about it. I don't care. They could hate it, they could love it, blah 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 blah. But if you're going to go into something and you're going to talk over it so that you can't actually make a realistic judgment on it, I think that hurts it a lot. Now, you got to talk over some stuff when you're doing reactions. That's part of the job, right? But if we're reaching like the 40-50% mark, you didn't hear 40-50%, and you're already talking shit about it within the first 20 seconds of the video, then that means that you had some sort of like internal issue with it before you even turned it on.
Exactly.
You know,
That's
like
exactly
you can't make a judgment in 20 seconds.
And then to give it a 0
as
a rating, like that's
give me a break.
impossible.
Yeah, it's
Weird. Okay, I can tell you the number of times on one hand how many times I've pulled up Road to Resistance, just listen to it for the hell of it. I'm just being honest. I just don't listen to it. But that is one of the singularly most impressive fucking videos I've ever seen, dude.
Yeah.
The crowd, the control, the show and everything. It's not my favorite song, but that video is impressive as hell. And if you keep watching, like, not that impressive.
It's funny. There was a video right underneath my video that says Babymetal is a joke. Oh God, I might have found my next entertaining video.
Let's watch it. Who did it?
Let's put them on blast right now.
About Babymetal.
I was like, oh, here's something for Eric and I to check out later. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, I think it's fun. Most of all, I think it was just fun to talk about. And sometimes we got to remember that these are just conversations. This is for entertainment purposes. Mm-hmm. This is not for like the end all be all, like one-sided conversation or whatever. We're just talking here,
Yeah.
So
when it comes down to it, like, respect your audience and their intelligence enough to let them make their own decisions about who they're going to watch and who they're going to give money to and support. They're smart enough to make their own decisions. Don't try telling people what to do. Just do your thing, and we can all mutually respect each other's personal decisions.
Yep.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yep, exactly. All right, guys. Anything else you want to finish this podcast off? If you guys want to check out the top 10, go ahead to guysandguys.com where we'll have the top 10 posted and the top 10 covers because we're kind of ran out of time. But it's up there if you want to see the latest update on that.
Let's get some traction on that website, guys.
Yeah, let's get some traction. We're going to drive you over there. Go check it out.
And thank you so much, Andrew, for everything. I love his count. I give this podcast score 99 out of 10.
That's pretty impressive.
Wow, holy shit.
We are very good.
God
There's a lot
damn.
of people like today's show, man.
Yeah.
We need to have more conversation.
Yeah,
I know. I miss you guys. All 4 of us together.
we need to have all 4 of us more often on this podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, that was the idea. But, yeah.
I think Andrew does a great job of filling in. Though. Andrew is like the perfect sixth man for our team.
Yeah.
Hold on. Rob
Seriously,
Miller
shout
is
out to
doing,
Andrew.
is doing the work of the pigeon. Says, I start my day watching Batman Domination Freedom videos. My roommates are fans of theirs now, and not necessarily by choice. That's okay.
Yeah.
As long as they're fans, I don't care how you
As
got
long as
there.
they're fun.
I listen to Time every time I take a shower.
Okay.
Is that TMI?
Every time I hear that song, I'll be thinking about waving in a shower, I guess.
Is this true, Wave, or did you just say it?
Yeah. Well, I have, like,
why that song?
I freaking love that song.
No, I mean, no hate on the song. I'm just
But
wondering
in
why
the
that
shower.
is.
It's just-
why is
it's-
that the shower choice?
Yeah,
my
why is it the
question.
shower song?
It's a playlist, but I have a special interest in that topic. I made an entire album about time back in like 2018. If you want to listen to it, it's on my Spotify, but it's all fake drums, so you probably won't be that good.
Well,
But
you
why
shouldn't have told
that song
anybody.
in the shower, though?
Because I love it.
Only in
It's just
the
the first
shower.
song on the.
Is it
on
the-
the
I have a
playlist.
playlist of it's post workout. I have a playlist of songs I listen to during my workout,
Okay.
and usually by the time I'm done, it gets to that song. Like when it's time to get in the shower.
Oh,
You're not like,
yeah.
time to take a shower. Let's bring up time. You get in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I actually almost slipped in the shower this morning because I was listening to Gacharic Spin and dancing. Don't recommend it.
You need to share your shower playlist with everyone.
I actually agree with that.
Well, people are gonna roast me because Maroon 5's on there.
Hey, Maroon 5 is a
Hey,
good
nothing
band.
wrong
You
with
keep
Maroon 5.
bringing up.
They used to be.
Asking you.
They used to be a good band.
Yeah, that one album.
Used to be.
That one
Yeah,
album.
they had a moment in the sun.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, you want to sign us off, champ? And thank you for the compliment, Dusty. This is the best episode of the podcast to date. A lot of great conversations. I agree. A lot of great conversations.
Yeah, appreciate that, guys. Chat was super hilarious today. I just want to throw that out to you guys. I was having just as much fun reading the chat as I was talking with the guys on the screen. So
Yes.
yeah. But if you guys want more from us, go to patreon.com/guys. Today we checked out, what was the name of it was a Hige Dandism.
Yeah, he get dandism.
What was the name of the song?
I don't know. I forgot already.
Let me check. It's on the website.
It's on the
It's on the
website.
website. It's on our
Yeah.
number 10, the Hige
Yeah,
Dandism
it's
song.
it's number 3 on our
Number
top
3.
10.
Yeah, it's right here. Tattoo. It's called Tattoo.
Yes.
So, by the way, that is a pop song. That is not a rock song. We probably should not have that on the chart. Ryan loved it. So make sure you check out our Patreon to check out Ryan's amazing reaction to that song. I've never seen him so excited and so like up there in emotions while watching it. That
So
reaction,
I definitely was upset when it was over. It was like, that's
that,
it?
That face is pretty much everything you need to know. So watch how that comes out.
And I love Chemical Reaction. Okay, let's sign off.
All right.
Hey!
Hey, see you guys in the next one.
There's a clip.